What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up and y'all know what tonight is, man. It's Monday night. So if you're a subscriber to this channel, you already know tonight is Jan night. And what is Jan, man? It is an app that allows you, the viewer, you, the viewer, can click that link that's pinned above and you can jump on the show and talk Dallas Cowboys football with your boy Jay Tuck, man. This is something we started this year. It's a fun show. We get so many guests to kind of jump in and out. All my family, salute to my guy Armando in the building, man. Everybody in the building. Let's have some fun. But first and foremost, before we get started tonight, I want to hope that everyone out there, all the ladies of Cowboys Nation, even if you're not a ladies of Cowboys Nation, right? All the amazing mothers out there, I hope that you guys had an amazing Mother's Day yesterday. Celebrate your day. Enjoy some time. Hopefully you got some time away, you know, kind of just do your thing, do a little spa day, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? But I hope all the ladies out there had a great and amazing Mother's Day. I'm extremely thankful for all the amazing women in my life, including my wife. She handled business. While I'm downstairs doing all this, she's upstairs handling business, man. This does not happen without my wife, but also with my mother, my grandmother, so many people who came together to help mold me into the man I am today. So I appreciate each and every one of you. But let's go ahead and get into some football. So I want to talk about a little bit tonight, man. We got rookie camp kicking off, and if you haven't saw the video where I spoke about the schedule, I also want to talk about the schedule as well. So I already see people in the chat lined up to come on the show, so I'm gonna go ahead and invite my squad on. Like I said, click the link up above. You can download the Jan app and jump on the show to talk Dallas Cowboys football. Let's see who we got tonight. Oh, I know this guy. Boom, we got one there. Let's see who else we got. Who else we got in the building, man? Let's see who else we got in the building. Okay. Boom. All right. So I got my guy Smoke in the building, Scoop in the building, man. What's going on, fellas, man? How y'all feeling tonight?
What it do? What it do?
What's up, man?
Good, man. How y'all feeling, man?
Just
good, man.
doing all right, bro.
Yeah, man.
It worked, getting it in.
Yeah.
Celebrated the wife.
Yeah.
The mothers and the mothers-in-laws and the grandmothers and everything the other day. My house was full of women, so I left. Went what I needed.
Yeah, man. That's how it goes, man. But the women in our lives, man, like I said, they help mold us into the men we are today. I'm extremely thankful for my grandmother, my mom, my aunt, my aunties, so many people, teachers, you don't have to actually have children of your own to celebrate Mother's Day, because there's a lot of influential teachers out there and they help mold just as much as most parents. So, salute to all the ladies out there, man. We got some more guests in the building, man. Y'all loading up tonight. We're gonna have
Coach
some fun.
Marv look like he just hopped in.
Yeah, Coach Marv in the building. Coach Marv in the building. He ready to go. Coach Marv, what's going on with you, my guy?
Going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
Good.
Mr. X's and O's right there, baby.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Coach, I swear to God, every time I see you, and we finna talk about Cowboys, I swear, your facial expressions, they be like, it's bad news, and you tired of this shit.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start with you, Coach, man, because, we wrapped up with the draft, right? We had the schedule released. The kids are kicking off, the rookies are kicking off for mini camp for the past few days. Coach Marv, man, how you feeling, man? Because I know my guy Boss, he always has this Kool-Aid measurement, right? I don't really do much Kool-Aid, but Coach Marv, how are you feeling about the Cowboys as where things stand currently today on May 15th?
Man, I'm feeling really good, man.
Yeah,
really good. What made me even feel better when they had the mini camp and the coaches just had the interview, right? Mm-hmm. And it seemed like it almost seemed like the same thing came from the defensive coordinator and came from the offensive coordinator for the first time. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, it seemed like we had this is not no slander to Kellen Moore, but it seemed like we had a grown-up talking as the offensive coordinator.
Right.
About how we're going to, work players and how we're going to try to, put things together and a plan, not just off the hip, and it seems like it seems like this has been brewing since last year. So I feel really good, man. Right. I really feel good about this team because I just want people to I think all of us feel good, but sometimes, man, we hadn't won in so long, and
Mm-hmm.
there is this new age of Cowboy fans that really hadn't won.
Mm-hmm.
So that we are so anxious to try to keep, try to get more, because we want to make it. But football is not a definite. It's not
Right.
One thing about football is there's no definite
Right.
in football.
Yeah, and I agree, Coach. And I feel like a lot of Cowboys fans, right? Salute to Joel Embiid, right? They got knocked out, but that's my Jayhawk guy, right? But a lot of Cowboys fans, they struggle with trust in the process, right? They got I want to see what we do in the playoffs. I want to see what we do in you can't skip the process, right? It starts right now. It starts, in mini camp with rookie camp. It starts in ODAs. It starts in camp, right? You can't just cut to playoffs, right? There's a lot of football that has to be done before we can even get to that point. So I know a lot of Cowboys fans are like, we'll just see what happens in the playoffs. It's not guaranteed. Injuries happen, different things happen, right? So it's like, I feel like with the Cowboys standing right now, heading into camp, I feel like we are in a much better situation, honestly, and y'all can chime in on this, than we was last year. Last year, I wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? We lost Amari Cooper. Just things in house didn't feel good for me. As of right now, I'm looking at the schedule. I feel good. I see where things are standing offensively and defensively. I feel good. People like forgetting about what the Cowboys did with adding Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore, man. Salute to my guy Arnett, man. He's a good friend of mine. He's a sports agent out there in Indy. He got to talk to Gilmore yesterday, and he was like, bro, he's ready. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of football fans forgot that the Cowboys added Stephon Gilmore. That's a huge addition. So I'm excited about this season, man. Scoob, I'm going to pass it over to you, man. How do you feel about the Cowboys where things currently stand today? I think he's working, man. Don't let J Tuck get y'all fired, man. Some of y'all be jumping on while y'all work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I'm gonna get the bread regardless.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I just want to pause because I don't want y'all to hear the go kart.
Appreciate
Me too. So, how I feel is, it's same I feel every year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always my thing is always let's improve, let's get better,
Mm-hmm.
and let's do things, this year differently than what we didn't do last year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my whole thing. Like you said, it's a lot of Cowboy fans. They just want to see a win, but half of y'all didn't experience stuff like Jay Tuck, me, and Smoke and Coach Marv experience. We experienced Super Bowl, so we know what they feel like.
Right.
Y'all didn't, and y'all just want to go off. As far y'all, they really going off of the history. They not going off, just true fandom. They just want to go off the history and stuff like that. And I feel like doing that, that's not good support. Because as soon as we don't win it, then it's like where y'all support it through the off season, where you support it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you don't support in season, but you don't support off season, and stuff like that. So I mean, we under. I'm gonna say this, and y'all don't come for me in the chat. We got rid of Kellen Moore.
Mm-hmm.
I usually give stuff time. I say, well, we don't do this. Next, the hell with that. We got rid of Kellen Moore. We did what y'all wanted us to do. There shouldn't be no excuses as to why when Dak get out there and he don't play to his best. I don't want to hear, it's play. No. Y'all said Kellen Moore. That's what they did. They brought in somebody else. Mike McCarthy said he gonna call. One thing Dak got to do is go out there and play like I know he know how to play. Tony Pollard the same way when he gets back. Whether it's going to be Deuce or Malik Davis, and I heard they brought Zeke back. Whether it's one of those guys, they got to play better. Everybody on the team has to play better. Wide receivers got to run their routes, know where routes they run. If you don't know your routes, then you need to study your playbook. Defense, they have to do their thing, and do what we know that they can do. With depending on who's gonna be on the team, we know cuts haven't came yet, so I don't want to say who we might have. But since I said something about Deuce, Overshown, and all y'all guys, just buy in. One thing I always said when it's rookie minicamp, OTAs, whatever is put in process, take that time seriously. Because when you take that time seriously, it shows up in your game. If you don't take it seriously, it's gonna show up in your game as well. So whether you take it serious or you don't take it serious, it's gonna show up in your game.
So so good point. So let me ask you this, Smoke. So he mentioned about, moving on from Kellen Moore, which, a lot of Cowboys fans was excited about. If you had to pinpoint who was under more pressure now since Kellen Moore is gone, is it Mike McCarthy or is it Dak Prescott? Or do you think it's a mixture of both?
I think it's a mixture of both. I mean, you can call it Dak all the way, but like everybody always try to say, one person don't make a whole team. I mean,
Right.
It really don't. It takes a whole team.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McCarthy got to be on his A game. Dak definitely got to be on his A game.
Right.
The offensive line got to be in sync.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all got to be in sync. And I'm hearing, you know how I am on Twitter, boy. I see some crazy stuff, bro. I go,
my guy Smoke be DMing me almost
like,
every day, man. I get you, bro. Like, yeah, because it's a lot of craziness out there.
Yeah, it is. We have a lot of fans, man. Bro. We have a lot of fans and a lot of commentators that just don't care about us, bro. They really don't care about the team like that. So I mean, it is what it is. But I think we're better. I think we were a lot better. Coach Morgan can approve of that. We're a lot better all around, bro.
Right.
Like we went out and drafted in every spot we needed to, and got stronger in it, not weaker. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Coach Marlon, kick that question down to you, my guy. So who do you think more pressure is offensively on this year? Is it Mike McCarthy or Dak Prescott? Because here's what I feel about Mike McCarthy. Like, I feel like Mike McCarthy right now, he's a made man. Like, he didn't got everybody up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Mike McCarthy might be set to go when Dak, it's going to be the conversation about contract coming up here in a few years. Like, who was the guy under more pressure? Like, I would honestly lean more towards Dak Prescott if anything. But what's your thoughts, Coach?
Well, Mike McCarthy has got what a head coach would want to have. I've been hard on Mike McCarthy because there's no way I would have went his route to get to where he was going.
Right.
Because one thing I can say about the NFL, your window for opportunity is not long. So you may have a good football team for a very contending football team for maybe 3, 4, sometimes 5 years. You have some people that, but I'm talking about with that same nucleus without the rebuilding the other part. So he's got it. I think the pressure is on him collectively because he's in the 4th year of his 5th year contract as well.
Good point.
The pressure's on Dak Prescott. It's always on Dak Prescott. Unfortunately, the quarterback gets a lot of pressure and a lot of blame, too much blame and too much credit.
Right.
So, it's crazy that the pressure is going to be so much on him from his own fans.
Right. Yeah, that's the crazy part. Right.
You can look at other organizations. The pressure is from outside, people saying, what about this guy? But it's so much pressure from our own fans. Right. And I think sometimes when you get, it's a blessing and a curse. Right. It's a blessing that our organization is so big. Our fan base is so big. But with being so big, you get a lot of people that's in that fan base that are really
a lot of pollution. A
lot
of
fans.
Yeah.
They're what the definition of bandwagon is following the money.
Right.
So wherever the money is, you want to be a part of that because there's a lot of money can be, and sometimes there's an impersonation of fandom. So yes, I think that the pressure is solely on them on McCarthy and Dak, but I think if McCarthy is smart, and I think Quinn and with this new union, they're gonna make sure that the pressure inside that locker room, they need to add the pressure amongst everyone in there.
Yeah,
and this is why the training camp is so important that they present themselves not to the media, but inside those 4 walls that it's no nonsense.
Right. It's open. It's open competition.
That's how you share the pressure.
Right. And I feel like that's how you shape the culture as well. Like, I feel like, I mean, of course, we know some guys are safe, right? But I feel like, since Mike McCarthy has really got here, he has really developed a mindset and a culture of competition, right? There was always kind of competing for your job a little bit to a standpoint, right? So I like what Mike McCarthy is trying to build. I just feel like we just need that last little piece, and hopefully him taking over the play calling alongside Brian Schottenheimer is going to be that last little cornerstone that we've been needing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get over to the chat, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, it is Monday night, y'all. We are on the Jan app, so if you want to jump in the show, like my guy Smoke, like my guy Scoob, like my guy Coach Marv, click that link pinned in the comments. Just jump on the show so you can talk Dallas Cowboys football. Salute to my fam, Cowboys Huddle in the building. Said I'm excited about this experienced coaching staff. Yeah, me too. Mike McCarthy needs to show he can use chess pieces on offense like Dan Quinn does on the defense. Yeah, I agree. Kellen Moore underutilized Pollard in receiving game especially. Let's see what Mike McCarthy does with Pollard. Deuce and other potential chess pieces, Schoonmaker, Hendershot, and Luke Key. Yeah, I agree. And I feel like the way that this Dallas Cowboys offense is designed, right, especially with some of these pieces, they're really built to hit you from a lot of different areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have 3 quality tight ends. I mean, actually 4 if you consider McKeon as well. You know, you might add a fullback because we talked about Brian Schottenheimer looking to add a fullback. You have 2 kind of explosive running backs with Tony Pollard and now Deuce Vaughn. You have a wide receiver core that's much improved from last year. If you get the offensive line healthy, like, when I look offensively, besides the left guard, and we'll talk about that here in a second, there's not too many. I just don't feel good about that. Now, if some injuries happen, that's a whole different conversation, but I feel like we are sitting at a good point, you know, where things currently stand. So, Scoob, let me pass things over to you. I know you're outside right now, but, like, you know, offensively, if there's like 2 pieces that you feel like the Cowboys need to add this to really put us over the hump offensively, what would be those 2 pieces that you would add?
Well, one, I always said another running back. That's what I always wanted because, like I said once before, Zeke was just a one-man show
right
when he got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like just being a one-man show, it was a whole lot of wear and tear to where now he's not that explosive.
Right.
And so now, and then when they let Zeke go, I was like, well, hit him go for the run Tony Pollard career down in the ground because he's just gonna be a one-man show. So I want them to work with the running back. I'm glad they got that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I mean, my whole thing is the whole line.
Right.
Like Coach Marv said back in some shows ago, before the draft, the line is getting old. Our whole O-line except for Tyler Smith, they getting old. So next year or all season, whenever it comes, I just want them to work on the O-line for real.
Right.
Get some guys out there who can, you know, who you know gonna want to play, guys that we already got, get them out there, let them get some time, see how the game works and stuff. So when they do come and they do become full time, the game been already slowed down for them. They know what to do. They can go out there and produce for us at a high level. So it's really not 2. It's really just the O-line. Like I said, the running back position was one, but it's really the whole O-line.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about that, and let me know in the chat as well. So I don't want to talk about the starters, right? We know what Tyron Smith is. We kind of saw what Tyler can give us, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele. But I want to ask you guys, like, what is the confidence level on a scale of 1 to 10 in the Matt Waletzkos, the Josh Balls, the Asim Richards, like the Matt Farniok's? Like, what is your confidence level there? Smoke, I'll pass that over to you. What's your confidence level on a scale of 1 to 10 with like that second layer of the offensive line? Because that's where my biggest question mark is, honestly.
Ball, man. Ball had a chance. Right. Ball, first year, his rookie year, he couldn't play, right? Second year, this is like the first time we really saw how he was. And we're like, oh, he's not worth nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same thing we said with Steele, right? His first year, right? Same thing, right?
Right.
So development, if these guys have confidence in Ball, Waletzko, Richards, my big guy is TJ Bass. I mean, I'm impressed by that dude. That dude, he got some mean streak to him. If you look at him, man, he got some little mean streak to him, bro.
If you guys don't know who he's talking about, TJ Bass out of Oregon, I broke down a film session on him, man. He has a lot of upside. I kind of call him like, you know, I know a lot of people in the draft wanted Cody Mock out of North Dakota State. But he's kind of like your bootleg version. He's kind of like your bootleg version. So solid offensive tackle, you know, left guard, so a guy that can really step in. So yeah, I agree with you. I just think that the second layer of this offensive line is kind of like, it's a lot of we'll see. So that's definitely going to be a position I'm going to be watching closely out there in Oxnard. Like, all right, who was really stepping up that if, you know, I don't want to say if, probably when, you know, Tyron goes down, if we get nicked up, if Terrence not fully healthy and we have to play that musical chairs type game, who was going to be the guy? You know, who was going to be the guy that I feel like, all right, they can really step in, man. G Hammond, my guy, man, what's going on, bro? Can you hear us?
Yeah, man. How you doing, J Tuck?
Good, bro. Good, bro. How you doing, man?
Oh my. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Hey, man. This is my first time on, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you letting me on, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on our YouTube channel as well, man.
Yeah,
How y'all
absolutely.
doing?
Good, bro. We're good, man. Chilling,
Good,
man.
bro.
So let me ask you this, man. We talked about, you know, the giraffe when we came on the show, and just a few situations. But as things currently stand as right now, like, what is your thoughts about how the Cowboys feel? But what's your confidence level on a scale of 1 to 10 about your depth at the offensive line position?
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you this, and you know, a lot of people was complaining and griping about we didn't do anything in the draft, man. And I'm gonna say this here, man. I think, you know, the biggest thing we did this season was keeping our defensive coordinator,
Right.
Dan Quinn.
Right.
A lot of people not thinking about that, man, but can you imagine what would have happened if we lost Dan Quinn?
Right. Well, think
So
about it.
after-
If we would have lost Dan Quinn and we would have lost Kellen too, like that would have been, you know, that would have changed a lot of things. You know, even though I know a lot of people aren't high on Kellen, but to lose your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator, it kind of creates a question mark. So yeah, I agree. I think Dan Quinn's re-signing was one of the biggest, you know, acquisitions of this offseason, because I honestly didn't think he was going to come back, to be honest. So
Yeah, that was huge, man. I thought that was huge. Out of all, you know, I know we did really great, Tuck. I think we did great with how we was able to bring Brandon Cook on by sending a compensatory pick to get him, and then to get Stephon Gilmore, and then, you know, we got Jonathan Hankins, you know, with some draft picks. So we have to include them as well, man. So, man, I'm excited. I'm telling everyone on, you know, around here, man, you know, don't sleep on these Cowboys, because I am really excited about this coaching staff. It seems like we got experience, just like Coach said earlier, man. You know, it sounded like we heard a grown man talking in the press conference versus what we was hearing with Kellen Moore, man. And I'm just listening to his video, you know, his press conference, and what he was saying, you know, the developmental levels. And, you know, it's like, man, this is what we've been looking for. So I'm excited.
Right, exactly. And I'm with you guys. Like, I feel like when it comes to this Cowboys coaching staff, it just feels like football. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like football. You know, if we can literally, if I promise y'all, Cowboys Nation, if we can just get Steven and Jerry just to back up at the kitchen, just a few more steps for me, like, I feel like it feels like football. Yeah, just you ain't got to get all the way out the kitchen, but just stand over there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, salute to my beautiful wife. Like I said, yesterday was Mother's Day, but sometimes in the kitchen I'm cooking, I'm just like, just sit at the table for a little bit. I got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and so I think it's the same thing. Was like, all right, you have Dan Quinn. He's a football guy. He's hard nosed. He loves to coach, right? And even the defensive, line coaches, and you know, our but Coach Witt, like we got just football guys. You know, finally in house, you have Mike McCarthy, you have Brian Schottenheimer, who is football DNA. Like, I feel like it's finally going to get to football, right? And I feel like just like Coach Mars said, when you watch the interviews, it just feels different. It just feels different. It's a different type of environment, different types of players that they're bringing in as far as the draft is concerned, and also in free agency. Like, I just want to see it all come together. And I just feel like Kellen Moore, even though he was decent, he was just always that little mole in the house where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we all got jobs, man. We all kind of got that coworker who's too close to the manager. So you got to kind of watch how you act on happy hour. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to run back and be like, oh, you know, Jordan had a few. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I can't, you know what I'm saying? So we got to kind of hush up in the Goose chat when he's in there. You know what I'm saying?
Like a little snitch
That's how Kellen was, man. We all know those people at work, man. It's like, it comes to the happy hour, you got to kind of conduct yourself a little bit different than once they gone. Like, bro, thank God they gone. All right, so this is what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt with Kellen Moore. So it feels like now it's really going to be football, man. So Smoke, I'm going to quick things over to you. Like, when you look at this coaching staff, Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer, and I dropped the Brian Schottenheimer video. So I'm going to have you guys explain it, because obviously people don't understand it when I explain it. people don't understand that even though it's Mike McCarthy's offense, quote unquote, with the West Coast, and he's calling the plays, there's still going to be a wrinkle of Brian Schottenheimer's philosophy. When I kind of broke down, you know, the power run game, but people's like, Mike McCarthy's calling the plays, it doesn't matter. I'm like, it does matter because he is going to have impact. Just like here in Kansas City, y'all. Like, even though it was Andy Reid's offense, it was Eric Bieniemy's philosophy kind of sprinkled on top of that, and that's why you saw the Chiefs be as successful as they was, man. So it's just like, you know, I think people don't understand that, but what are you excited to see about the change of philosophy, Smoke, when it comes from moving on from Kellen Moore to how things are right now?
The power run game, number one. I mean, think about it, Jeff. The two tight ends we got. Let's say Fant and Schoolmaker, right?
Right.
Both those dudes are legitimate blockers. The first thing they do is block, and they do blocking very, very well. So not only do we have Ferguson and Hendershot and Schoolmaker, we actually have Fant too. But Fant can help out a lot too with being bro. It's hard for me to talk about it, man, because we got so many players now that can play positions.
I'll say this, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know, because I know Fant was the guy everybody on the channel want. Like, we want Fant video. We want a Fant. Me personally, y'all, when I broke down the film on Fant, I was kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
Because he feels more like a wide receiver. I mean, he had the 88. He had, you know, the crowd, like it felt wide receiver-ish, but he's only 6'1". You know what I'm saying? So I get the fantasy, right, of Fant because of Noah Fant, the relationship. And also, like, he can kind of do a few different things. Like, he was a running back, quarterback, you know, but it's like, you know, you have guys already in the tight end position. Then you have Hunter Luepke, who I feel like is more solid.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like, just like you're saying, bro, there's going to be a lot of quality people to watch this preseason. I feel like and that's why I do what I do, to be honest with y'all, right? I feel like when it's that third preseason game and people are like, man, I ain't watching this, I'm ready for the season, we all going to be locked in, like, who's going to make this final roster? I know a lot of people are talking about Isaiah Land, like, I'm going to be watching this kid like a hawk, you know what I'm saying? So that's the
and Johnson too. Johnson too, bro.
Darrell Johnson.
I mean,
so
when's the last time you seen us have excitement like this to see this many players we want to see play, like especially the undrafted free agents and the draft. It's the first time we've seen this happen in a long time, bro.
Yeah, I got, spoiler alert, I got Darrell Johnson film dropping tomorrow. So this was a kid I was high on in draft, man, out of Liberty. And this kid, he fits everything that Dan Quinn loves to do. And I was trying to tell him, like, hey, y'all, so y'all should be looking at this prospect. And people are like, he's out of Liberty, bro. Like, he's nasty. So, Coach Marvin, I'm get your thoughts, man. Like, how are you feeling, like, you know, as far as his offense is concerned? Like, what are some of the things you're excited to see, like, just what you've seen thus far offensively?
Well, it's a couple things that I want to do. First, let's talk about offensive. That's why I played in college. That's why I set my teeth at starting coaching. Offensive line, defensive coordinator, and head coach. So I'm not worried about this offensive line at all. I think sometimes we think that guys will listen. If you have an offensive line that has 3 grade A offensive line, if you're not able to dominate or be very good with that, then you're a bad coach. Right. Because no team in the NFL has 5 all-pro offensive line.
Right.
If you got 3 or 4, the one that's bad, unless he's a totally out this world bad,
right,
you can protect him.
Right.
You can protect him. So if guard is the only problem that we have, if we go in this year and say, well, guard, you could protect the guard. And it's a style of, I've said for the last 2-3 years, our offensive line has not been bad.
Right.
It's the way they've been utilized.
Right.
It's hurt their production.
Right. Yep.
The way they've been utilized in the run game, the way they've been utilized in the pass game. I just bring up, Ball. There's some development in him because his run blocking is B+ run blocking. So you cannot tell me if he can B+ run blocking or possibly A that he cannot play in the NFL.
Right.
Because he can work. I always say this: if a guy can't run block, I don't care about if he can't pass block.
Right.
Because if he can't physically move people,
right,
or get people out the way,
yeah,
being a dancing bear, eventually he's gonna get beat when you get physical with him.
Right. Especially the way the league is growing too. Like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I think our offensive line. Listen here, Chuma. I think we underestimate this guy because every tape that I'm seeing on Chuma, it's not bad.
Right.
We're just going on and say, well, it can't be.
Yeah.
And we are so skeptical say, well, it can't
be. Because it's an unfamiliar name. You know what I'm saying? It's an unfamiliar name.
We talk about Fournier. The deepness and depth of this offensive line. Let's say this, and I'll move to my next point. Let's say this. Let's say one of the offensive line, let's say Chuma comes up and he's playing very good at guard. Everybody else comes back.
Right.
And you get one other guy like Westbrook comes in and he's what you think he is. Right. Right? And you get some good play, which I think we talk about Bass, but I love the guy they drafted. I think he got a lot of nuances and he's a great athlete. I love him. Don't you know that we probably gonna have one of the deepest offensive lines in football?
Right.
That people will be coming to try to get some of them other guys off our roster.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not worried about the offensive line. And let's go back to the coaching thing, and that's to my heart. Yeah. The coaching thing for me is so paramount. You know, I talked about that when you did the Schottenheimer video when he was with Seattle. And it was so great about what he said about putting emphasis on certain parts of and emphasis on your identity.
Right.
And when you put emphasis on your identity, you get results.
Right.
Your identity.
Right.
This is what my man we were saying about maturity. These guys have cut their teeth in getting their experience. I heard Schottenheimer talk about how much experience he got from so many different places. Right. I heard Quinn last year talk about how his coaching has been built from different places and different coaches.
Right.
So now they know how to teach young guys when they get in adversity. Now they know how to bring young guys along and put them in right situations.
Right.
This is the thing Kellen Moore didn't have, and I think McCarthy trying to be there and trying to manage that took away from what his identity of his football team was.
Right.
So now when we went offensive identity, no identity.
Right.
Once we establish our identity, it may not be pretty.
Right.
But what I'm expecting it for is to be efficient.
Right. And
I tell people the only way you're gonna win championships is, yes, your big name players gotta play, but the guys the guys that we don't talk about gotta have career years.
Right.
And I'm not talking about being all pros, but
they gotta raise it up a level.
Year of their football.
Productive.
Right. It all has to come together, man. Salute to Rush T, man. Got June 1220 in the building, man. Salute, bros. What's going on with y'all?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Good, man. I might have to hit June 1220. I see the cologne collection in the back, man. I see the cologne, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I actually have another YouTube channel, man.
Okay.
I have a YouTube channel by the name of Sam Broom. Fragrances, man.
Yeah, man, to check you out,
listen,
man. You know,
first up is Cowboy. Cowboy is life, man.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, fellas, y'all gotta definitely follow his channel, man, because it's summertime and y'all can't be out there funky. Y'all can't be out there funky, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get you right, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's too deep, but hey, man, listen, man. A lot of the stuff I picked up, me and my brothers, like maybe 10 of us.
Okay.
Every year we used to go to Dallas because I'm in Connecticut.
Man. Okay.
Up north. Okay. And a lot of my friends and brothers, they all Giants fans. You know. But listen, there's too many Cowboy fans for them to deal with, though. Because when I was a kid, all honesty, when I was a kid
in Connecticut, In Connecticut.
In Connecticut. Man. See, the deal is, when I was growing up, I'm 52 years old. When I was growing up, the only channel around here that played football games, they only played Cowboy games. So it was almost like they were programming us to be a Cowboy fan.
Right.
even my big brother Terry Wooden, who used to play in the league, he was a Cowboy fan before he went to the league. So that's the reason why I follow Jay Tuck.
Appreciate it, man.
Law Nation, all the brothers. I mean, Jay Tuck, man, you real informative. I want to say something before I even talk. I want to ask a question about the Cowboys.
Yeah, go ahead.
You made a comment today on Twitter about Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. I saw that.
And it was funny how I read your comment as I was picking my wife up from work. And you made a comment about how there's a difference if he was posing with a hunting rifle. It's different. And I was just telling my wife about how back in the days, I know a lot of y'all probably remember Karl Malone. The dude was a big hunter.
Right.
And all he did was post him shooting deer, like going out. You know what I'm saying? But the difference in the people he was going with makes it okay for him to post that.
Right. Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm in law enforcement, so I kind of like I try to help some of these young fellas that come in through the system.
Yeah.
How to play the game. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. You know, my son played at University of Cincinnati, played basketball for Cronin.
Okay.
And there was things that happened when he was playing that a bunch of people was involved in, and they pick and choose who they want to blame more.
Right.
So you got to know how to play the game.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank you for making that comment.
Appreciate it,
because
man.
I was just telling my wife the same thing. It's a difference, man. The shade of your color, the shade of your skin, as well as what you posing with and who you're around.
It's about the image of it. You know what I'm saying? And I try to explain to people, I wasn't condoning the actions, but you got to understand there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smarter. And I think that's where we're all trying to talk to some of these athletes, you know. And I'm blessed to be in a situation where I guess athletes listen to me. I'm like, I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know what I'm saying? You just got to be smarter with your decisions, because one thing can cost you everything you work for. And it's like, you know, being around these players, y'all, on draft night, seeing all the emotions, they're crying, they sob, like these are grown 350-pound men crying their hearts off. Remember how you felt when you got your name called when you're making these decisions. Why risk all that? You know what I'm saying? So that's just where I'm at when it comes to a lot of these players, man. But Rush, I'm gonna kick things over to you, my guy. How are you feeling about the Cowboys, where things currently stand as far as the season's concerned?
Man, I'm feeling a whole lot better than I usually feel every other year. Last year, man, y'all already know.
Right.
We're miles ahead of where we're usually at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling what we doing. Man, during the free agency, you know, the trades we made for the cornerback and old boy, you know what I'm saying, and the draft. It just, I'm liking it, man. Right. It was, you know.
Yeah, I feel good.
I feel like we way ahead of where we were.
Yeah, I feel good, y'all, because I felt like what people have to understand, and I was talking about this with Philly, right? We didn't come into this season with no big hole that we had to fill. Like, we just pretty much replenished what we had last year and stacked on top of it. So that's a good situation. Versus last year, we were looking
to what we had.
Right. We was doing this show last year. I'm like, bro, I don't want where's the wide receiver? Like, where the wide receiver gonna come from? Like, you know, but as of right now, it's like
James Washington.
Right, yeah, James Washington and Noah Brown, and you know, even though I like Jalen Tolbert, I'm like, that's not going to be enough. So I feel like we just fully replenished. But June 12, 20, let me ask you this, bro. What is your thoughts on Mazi Smith? So I think a lot of people's been kind of asking about Mazi, and here's what I'll say, y'all. I've been watching the rookie interviews, and I understand that they are rookies, but I just haven't felt there's any guy that's coming in that feels like I'm the guy, I'm the difference maker. A lot of the personalities kind of feels like I'm just coming in to do what I can and be a guy versus the guy. So what is your expectations for Mazi Smith? Because he came out and said, I'm going to take things slow at my own pace. And, you know, it's like, you know, give me a little bit more than that. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little bit more than that. But
you're a first round draft pick.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you what my thoughts is on Mazi. Because for years, man, like I said, my god brother Terry and all them brothers, they played in the league, and I've been following football for a long time, since I was a little itty bitty little boy. But what I'm saying is, like, we've been longing and waiting and hoping for some big ass Samoan and some type of dude that stopped the run.
Right.
We haven't had one since Russell Maryland. Like, we never put. I just think that we don't put emphasis on truly what we need. It's like the Joneses fall in love with what players they like instead of what the team really needs at times. And I think this Mazi Smith pick was definitely something we needed. Like, we don't we wasn't sure. We wasn't sure about Hankins. We wasn't sure about him. So we had to go in this draft knowing that we had to pick up a D tackle.
Right.
And I'm just happy that they listen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying they listen and just fall by the wayside and just go offensive guard. I mean, how many times we're gonna pick a first round? Now, mind you, it worked.
Right.
But our needs is not offensive line right now. We didn't pick up a couple guys even before the draft. You know what I'm saying? And Truman and all them other guys before the draft. Why not go after a D tackle that's going to really solidify that defensive line and let them young pups run like they can run. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I believe Mazi Smith can put pressure on the quarterback. That dude got some speed, man, that people don't understand. Right. It's just that it's the role you play. Right. He wasn't asked to do that at Michigan. Yeah. It's like again, I keep saying my son, but when my son transferred from Sacred Heart to Cincinnati, he was like the number 2 scorer in the country, averaging 20-some points a game. But then when he go to Cincinnati, he was told, "Listen, you come off the bench, you're gonna be scoring. You're probably gonna average 10 or less." You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't. It's the kids understand, or the guys understand. Listen, I got a role to play.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And Mazi said that. And Mazi said that in his interview. He was like, "Listen, it's like I wanted to pass rush. That's fun. That's where the numbers at." But he's like, at the end of the day, I knew I needed to stop the run. That's what my team needed me to do. And I'm trying to get the win. And that's what I'm saying. So I feel like for Cowboys fans, it might not be a sexy season for Mazi Smith, but you're gonna look up, and when we crunch the film, y'all know how we do. You're gonna see the impact. You might look and say, Mazi Smith only had 2 tackles. It was a blah 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 blah. But you're not gonna see him taking up those 2 blockers to free up Micah Parsons and LVE flowing through those gaps and making tackles in the backfield, right? So it's like, speaking of tackles in the backfield, like I said, Darrell Johnson, I'm dropping tomorrow. That man had 25 tackles. You know what I'm saying? Tackles for loss. Like he gets in the backfield. So I feel like Dan Quinn has a lot. And Land too. There's a lot of guys out there that if Mazi does his thing up front, it's going to open up opportunity for a lot of people. Hampton pass things over. Everybody eats, and that's what it's about, man. Everybody do your job. It doesn't have to be hero ball. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, and that even goes to Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying, like, bro, you don't have to be a hero. I feel like there was a lot of instances last year where Dak felt like he had to be the hero, which forced some of those mistakes. Like, nah, just get the ball to see.
And I think that's kind of why Mazi Smith is talking like that too, because he don't want to make it seem like he's trying to come in there and be the hero. He's trying to let it be known he's going to do his job. And everybody going to be able to eat.
Right, I agree. Yeah. Go ahead, Coach.
I guess you could call it being humble. He's being humble, which I can respect that.
Right, yeah. But you know, Cowboys, we want lights. We want, you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to already compare him to Jalen Carter because we want that match. So he's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? But Mazi's like, no, like, I'm going to.
Parsons probably already doing enough talk.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, man. Yeah. Go ahead, Coach.
It's tough. I got a question though, bro.
Go ahead.
Do you think Cowboy fans get caught up in names rather than production?
Yeah, because that's how we've been raised, man. We've been raised to be flashy toys, flashy lights. Like that's just how we've always raised. Like when anything's going wrong, what does Jerry normally go get us? A wide receiver. Okay, now everything is better once we get a wide receiver. But it's like sometimes, that's where I feel like the content community world's really helping. Like, nah, turn on the film. Like, he's not a sexy name, but this stopping in the A gap and B gap is damn sexy. It's gonna be sexy on Sunday. You're not gonna see a bunch of Mazi Smith jerseys at AT&T Stadium. You're not probably gonna see no commercials. But when we turn the film from week to week, be like, bro, he was busting some ass out. You know what I'm saying? He was doing some work. You know what I'm saying? He was doing some work. And that's what it takes to build a championship team. Think about the team that's been kicking our butts the last 2 years in the playoffs. Not a lot of people can name the 49ers defensive line. They don't know all them people. You know what I'm saying? They don't know their linebacker core, but they just nasty, grimy, go out there, do their job, very blue collar. And sometimes I feel like that's what Mike McCarthy is trying to build. You don't need all the flashing lights.
That's what I'm saying, though, bro. Because, like, you think about it. All the guys we drafted, all the undrafted free agents we picked up, none of them are like no big name guys, except for maybe Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn's the only splash guy we pretty much got.
And surprisingly, I was surprised that a lot of Cowboys fans wanted Deuce Vaughn because I was talking about Deuce Vaughn during college football, and a lot of people are saying he was too small. You know what I mean? I was just like, because I covered the Kansas Jayhawks, so So K-State's our rival. So like, bro, this little dude out here cutting up like every Saturday. So I was surprised by
every Saturday.
But so think about the draft, right? Who was the favorite draft pick of the draft? It's Deuce Vaughn because that's the flashy toy. You know what I'm saying? That's the flashy toy. That's the you know what I'm saying.
But Jay,
it's a great story too.
Yeah, it's an amazing story.
That's what I'm saying. Even on that note, the highlight or the flash was the story. It wasn't. They really never mentioned his play. It was all about his father was on the staff.
Right.
His father made that call. They never really. But then when you look into it,
you're like, damn.
His stat line.
Right.
As far as the running backs,
it's bananas.
Most of the running backs that they was going after.
It's bananas.
Right. He's
bananas,
literally
man,
took over that Kansas State offense, man. I had when I was covering the Big 12 tournament, I was like, or the Big 12 championship when they played TCU, I had tweeted, I was like, Deuce Vaughn is doing his best Tony Pollard impression, keeping the Wildcats alive. Like, this kid was just going off crazy. And one of my biggest regrets, I cut that Deuce Vaughn video draft season and had it sit in the queue. I just forgot to drop it because I was dropping so many prospects, and that's why I just uploaded it because I was cleaning out my hard drive. I was like, no, it was a lot, man. I was following. Yeah, appreciate. I was like, man, bro, I had Deuce Vaughn.
I need that film, homeboy.
It's out there. So I had the Deuce Vaughn film out there on the channel. It's quiet. It's a quiet film, so I didn't do no audio. No, I just uploaded it and said, y'all haven't watched it. So yeah, because I was like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I already had it cut and everything. I just never dropped the video, so I forgot. I'd be slipping sometimes, man.
Go
ahead,
Tuck,
Coach.
You know what? Tuck, one thing I think we don't give enough credit to. We don't give enough credit to Will McClay.
I agree.
Will McClay is a beast.
Right.
Will McClay is a beast when it comes to searching out talent, man. This guy, we probably be thinking about some other guy, but he goes out and he does his research and he brings Overshown.
Right.
I really feel that Overshown is going to do the role of Micah Parsons on blitz packages. I'm just saying it's possible, knowing that we might have Micah Parsons at that defensive end. You might see Overshown participating a lot in certain packages on this defense, man. So this all goes to Will McClay, though. Yeah. This is Will McClay. That's something he saw we didn't see.
Right. Well, I saw it, right, because I had it on Twitter, right. I said, if Cowboys fans, if y'all want a free space when it comes to draft, DeMarvin and Overshown is y'all free space. Like, you could pretty much book and stamp it because they like that kid. Like, they talked to him at the combine 2 times, had a formal meeting, brought him to Dallas, met with him twice. I'm like, y'all like this kid, you know what I'm saying? So I agree. Like, he can do a lot of different things, and it's going to be interesting, right, because you have Damone Clark, you have Jabril Cox, and then you have Overshown. Like, that linebacker too, that kind of weak side guy, is going to be up for grabs. And I feel like, even though Overshown's going to be the rookie, I personally like him over Damone Clark. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see who really.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
So let me ask you this, Coach. So you like Clark over Overshown?
Why we beat around the bush? If Overshown plays, LV don't need to be playing because all of them play better than he.
There you go.
Exactly.
But nah. Hold on, Coach. Coach, you didn't forgot. You forgot last year when LVE went out. We was all, man, we need to get LVE back. We need to get LVE back because up here.
Chuck, you know this more than I do. Chuck, you know this more than I do. If you can show me film where you say he did well, or if he just did well based off what he did previously.
I'm not saying that he's lights out, but I feel like the IQ of the game and the run defense, he adds us value. So it's like I just don't know who's going to be your quote unquote your middle linebacker if you don't have LVE. Cause I don't think Damone Clark is ready yet.
This year anyway.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? Why are we saying Damone Clark can't come and be ready to do that in year 2?
Hey, Coach Marv, I think he can.
I think he can too.
I'm going to ask you about this question.
It's all about
how hard it is for a rookie linebacker that don't have no contact till week 8 in the season,
right,
and step on the field and start playing full-time snap. What kind of athlete or linebacker is that guy?
And he's gonna have a whole.
But who was he competing against, man? Because Anthony Barr, he was like, who was he competing against?
It was so.
You said he was competing with, but did he play bad? Because you look at his stats, right? He was graded as the best rookie linebacker.
He was all right. He was all right. You know what I'm saying? Damone Clark was all right.
And you got to remember, LVE was playing for a contract.
Right.
He had the ball out.
True.
He had the ball out.
Good point.
So
what he got?
One thing I see this year, guys, on both sides of the ball, we're going to see competition on both sides. Everybody's going to be evaluated on what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
all positions too.
Say that again before you say Smoke.
All positions too. Not just all positions, bro. I'm telling you.
Yes.
This is competition now, bro.
Well, I mean, there's some positions that's a lock. There's some positions they lock. You know what I'm saying?
I also heard it's a possibility we might be running 3-4 defense sometimes, and they could all get a little bit of clock.
And so I've been saying this since the moment we brought in Dan Quinn. Everything that we've done feels 3-4ish. I feel like everything feels 3-4. So maybe
and 5-2ish.
Now here's what I worry about, right? Because y'all remember Mike Nolan, he played a little 3-4, he played a little 4-3. He just do a little bit of everything, right? So, but I feel like, man, the Cowboys really have a lot in place to really be a 3-4 defense, especially with the additions of Hankins and Mazi that can play, your 0 and your 1s now.
I explained about that 3-4.
What's up?
Let me tell you what 3-4 going to do. This is why we collecting a lot of players that have different skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be able, in the 3-4, where you may see some semblance of it. You saw some last year when they had the two linebackers on the outside standing up,
right,
and the two big guys in the game.
Right.
You'll be able to do all type of blitz packages with the 3-4 and do zone underneath. Where you're gonna be able to force teams into doing a whole lot of different things.
Athletes we got bananas.
Man, I can't wait to see this defense.
Your defensive lineman came into the game,
right.
Golston, Mazi, Osa,
Gallimore,
with two gap guys coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that's so. This is being built because McCarthy wanted 3-4 since he came there day one. So
I'm going to look into
they've been drafting guys that fit the speed category. Now you got the outside rushing linebackers. You got guys that can play standing up, right? Now you add people that can come off blitz packages.
Right.
Now you're going to be able to, if you stuff the run, you're going to be able to confuse people and get one-on-one situations with your guys that you want to get one-on-one situations so they can get sacked.
Right.
But I want everybody to pump their brakes on the defensive line. In Dan Quinn's system, you're not going to have nobody going to have all-world stats.
Right.
No, it's going to be a rotation.
It's going to be collective.
Right.
And Dan Quinn, why you hear these guys say that they just coming in to do their job? That's what you do with rookies, unless they're way over the top exceptional. Even when Michael Parsons came in, you put him in one place for him to do what he does best, and as he kept on growing, you moved him on into other things.
Right.
But 90% of your rookies, you're going to ask them to do one or two things that
simplify
they do well, so they can be successful. You're not going to ask them to come in and do everything, be all world, right? Because you have a good football team,
right?
But they're going to make spot plays and they're going to flash, and then as they grow, you're going to see more of them.
What else can they do?
More of them as the year go on, because Sam Williams, we're going to bring people like Sam Williams.
Right.
Oh man, I forgot about him. Damn.
But he
and see, here's the thing about Sam Williams, Coach. A lot of people forget that Sam Williams played 3-tech at Ole Miss. Like he played 3-tech, right? And then you even think about what
3-tech, because they're getting ready for the 3-4.
For 3-4, right? And so then you think about also with them getting Junior Fiocco, right? He's a guy that can play edge, set the edge, play through. So I mean, all right, so all right, man. So now Coach Mark gave me a little homework assignment. You know what I'm saying? Now we got
good for 3-4. Hey, Coach Mark excited. We good for 3-4, bro.
Here's the thing: as a Cowboys fan, sometimes I'll be like, "Damn, Tuck, you shut up. You might be exposing it too much." Because if I drop a video like Cowboys shifting to 3-4, you know what I'm saying? They be like,
when he said Michael Parsons was a pass rushing linebacker.
Right.
Listen here. And then I heard people start talking about, well, no, Mike, he want to be a DN. The DNs get paid.
Right.
Well, you know who was the highest paid defensive player before Aaron Donald got his new contract?
Who was that?
Von Miller, wasn't it?
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
Right. With TJ.
$28 million a year.
Yeah, it was TJ.
Who was it?
Was it Vaughn then
Watt,
TJ, or was it TJ then Vaughn? Either or.
And he's listed everything he's listed as
linebacker.
And
linebacker.
guess how much he weighed?
Wow.
251.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Because
So you can't tell me Parsons. Listen here. If I was tell you that Parsons could do more, I ain't just talking about the sacks. I think Parsons could do more
right
as a player in a whole lot of more different spots than what TJ Watt can do.
Right, I agree.
He may not get 25 sacks, but Parsons might have 100 tackles.
Right.
Interceptions, other big plays.
Right.
So money is gonna come to Parsons regardless of whatever his position.
That's why I keep trying to explain to people, like, he gonna get the money regardless. Like his agent David Mujeda, he gonna get the money. Yeah, position or not. So yeah.
A lot of people didn't know TJ Watt make $28 million a year.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't, and he got signed a contract with $80 million guaranteed.
Right. Yeah, I feel like
he was hurt, and he hurt all the time.
Right. Yeah, and I agree, Coach. I feel like Micah Parsons is probably one of the most dynamic defense, and I'm not just saying that because he's a Cowboys player. Like, I feel like if you wanted to play Micah Parsons at safety, he'd probably be one of the best safeties in the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just that good. You know, like, people forget that he was a running back going to Penn State. Like, he can do a lot of damn things. You know, so it's just like
he's so competitive. He gonna compete.
Yeah, he's going to compete. I mean, we see the videos. We see him running, you know, stride by stride with Jamar Chase and, you know, Tyree Hill. Like, the kid is just a pure football player. So that's been my concern about just playing him off the edge. I don't want to just put him in a box. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be able to move around. And that definitely changes the course of the game plan, where if you're focusing on Micah and you're slide protecting to the right, well, now here comes Sam. Now here comes Overshawn. Here comes, you know, some of these other players off the other edge. And, you know what I'm saying? And we gotta stop talking like D-Law soft. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of Cowboys fans don't like him, but D-Law still comes out there and does a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So see, like, people forget about D-Law. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know why that is? Because we're so deep. We're so deep in that position, man. We are so deep in that position.
It's gonna be so crazy bringing in defensive run stoppers, pass rushers. It's gonna be crazy.
Right.
It's gonna be crazy.
You know, and you know, there's the thing, man. I'm not even really worried about our defense. But I'm gonna tell you, I do not want to be the first team the first game or the first team that's played the Cowboys, because no one has film on this offense. We don't know what this offense is going to look like.
Right.
These first 4 games could probably be, you know what I mean? We don't know. No one has film on what this offense is going to look like.
Right.
Which that's a plus, and that's an advantage for us. I'm not worried about the defense. That's why the defense is so deep.
Right.
Because McCarthy wants to run the ball. It's not about scoring. We want to move McCarthy wants to move the chain.
Right.
He wants to move the chain and be able to protect that. And I think, Tuck, you showed the video of Michigan, how they run the ball. We're going to start seeing pulling guards.
Right.
We're going to see these guards put. That's why Shoemaker is there, because he knows how to run that type of scheme of play.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's where I was doing the research. I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes when I make those videos, y'all, it's just me being up early on Saturday thinking like, all right, what the hell is going on with the Cowboys? And I was up like at 4 o'clock and I said, nah, let me start researching. And I went all the way back to when Schottenheimer was at Georgia. You know, way back then when he had like Nick Chubb, and he was talking about the fullback and the running game. And I sat up in my chair like, all right, we got something. You know what I'm saying? We got something. And so that really shows like what the philosophy is. And I agree. I feel like that's the biggest problem that's been with the Dallas Cowboys. We never had an identity. We kind of call it your North Star. When you get lost, what do you know what to get back to? I feel like even the San Fran game last year in the playoffs, right? When things was a little crazy, they said, you know what? We're going to get a ball in Christian McCaffrey and just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like with the Cowboys, we might be a passing team this game. We might be a run team. Maybe we a play action team tomorrow. Maybe we're going to do RPO.
You know this.
So it's like, yeah, man. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. So it's not going to be a lot of fireworks.
When they growing up.
So let me kick it around the horn. Smoke, I'm gonna start with you.
They don't know themselves yet. Kellen Moore didn't know who he was as a coach yet.
Yeah.
And he hadn't been in enough situations to know. You can't skip steps.
Right.
I don't care how brilliant. Anytime somebody tell you a brilliant mind and calling plays, but it takes a lot more. It takes you knowing knowing people and how to get people in the right spot, how to utilize people, how to get things going. And he may be a great play caller.
Right.
He just right now is not a coordinator. And a coordinator is not just a coordinator plays.
Right.
You don't know how to put an offense together.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And a simple analogy, I was talking to my guy DMV, salute to DMV Fanatic, definitely check out his channel. But I was like, I'm starting to get into boxing training. So me, as a fighter, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put my business out there, but I done been in a few, right? Just go around. I can throw hands, right? But as a boxer, you can have to know, why are you actually throwing your hook? Why are you throwing your jab? Why are you throwing a cross? And I feel like when it came to Kellen Moore offense, he was just out there just throwing hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the reason? So it's like, now you can sit back. Okay, they're gonna sit back and play 4-3. They're gonna drop back in this cover 6 shell. This is my jab I'm going to throw. And I'm going to keep punching them and punching them and punching them. And he never schemed. It was just like, I got a whole bunch of plays. I'm going to hit them with a little bit of everything and hope it works. Now, versus the Tampa Bay Bucks, they hit the Bucks with the kitchen sink in that playoff game. Like, he came out with everything in his playoff bag that he had. He ran wheel routes. He was doing RPOs. He did no huddle. He did spread. Like, he hit him with everything. And he got to San Francisco and said, I didn't throw all my punches. I'm out.
I'm not doing none of that.
He said, I'm out, bro. I hit him with everything last week.
I'm not doing none of that in San Francisco.
That same play caller would have worked against San Fran. And I'm like, yo, what
Same stuff. Same stuff would have worked.
But June, you know what, June? This is the thing I think about. I call him Boy Wonder, Kellen Moore, because it's like his plays were scripted, and even if it worked in Tampa Bay game, he felt that, I got to do something totally different.
Right?
Why not keep what you had and use it?
Right? Yeah.
And it's like Boy Wonder would go from his plays like scripted. I don't care if it was 1st and 15. Well, play number 1 said we didn't have to run the ball, so we're gonna run the ball.
Right.
We saw it.
Right.
When it was 2nd and 3, we're passing the ball. It's like, Kellen Moore, what are you doing?
Yeah. And then salute to the chat. They said not setting up his plays. Not setting up his plays. Going back to that boxing analogy. Not setting up your power. Like, I feel like, and that's what Brian Schottenheimer said. He was like, my philosophy is to get the run game involved, and then once you get that going, then it opens up the deep shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I'm excited about. So you know
what Brian Schottenheimer was saying? I love to play against offensive coordinators that what Kellen Moore said. We aggressively take what the defense gives.
Right.
Right? Well, there's a reason why they give you that.
Right.
Because that's what they want you to have.
Exactly.
Your philosophy should be, and Schottenheimer talked about this, running the ball when they know you're gonna run,
right,
and pass the ball when they know you're gonna pass,
right,
and they can't stop.
Right.
Your philosophy should be this: you aggressively take what you want, and you settle for what they give you.
Right. Yeah.
But you aggressively scheme, put players. Because that's why, if you go into Kansas City, you think Kansas City giving you Kelsey?
Right.
You aggressively take Kelsey.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then when you have to check down, you'll check down and take what they're giving you, but you're going right back to aggressively to your game plan.
Right.
You got something to check down too, though. That's the thing. You got something to check down
Where's
too.
The check down?
And that helps that.
Yeah, and if you look at some of the play calls, man, there's not a hot read. There's no check down. Like it was just bad play designs. It was bad with spacing. It was just
everybody looked like a check down.
And so here's what I always ask. I'm just like, if we know that the Cowboys are notorious for these stop routes, these comeback routes, where's the pump and go? Like, I feel like they would bite on it because everybody was sitting there. And I'm just like, where's the call? Like, you set up shots. You might set up a play, and let's say the corner jumps it on the comeback. All right, he jumped in the first quarter. We're going to come back to that same look here in the third, but we're going to pump, and you're going to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hit him with the out and up.
Yeah, there was never, it was just never that. It's like,
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Right? We talked about running back 70 times, both of them combined.
Right.
In a whole year.
Right.
Tampa Bay had two running backs with 50 receptions apiece.
Right. Yeah.
And we only target.
Right. Only target.
Our running back 70 times in total.
And
that's got to be the most asinine thing. There's not a team. We probably were the lowest targeted running backs in the league. That's got to be.
And when one of our running backs was a wide receiver in college, and Tony Pollard too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, why not get him out in space? And I've been saying this for years, right? I'm just like, if you need my Madden playbook, you can literally have Zeke and Pollard on the field at the same time, because you got to treat Tony Pollard as a wide receiver. If you match up Tony Pollard with the linebacker, I'm taking that matchup. If they come in with a light safety, then I'm running down your throat. Like, it's a real easy philosophy, but it's just like, I feel like Kellen just had so many ideas. He just, you know what I'm saying? He outsmarted himself in a lot of cases. Like, so.
He was making players think.
Go ahead, Smoke.
How many times, all right, we just do the whole panel. You tell me this if I'm lying or not, okay? How many times y'all watch a game, right? You see us go out for our little routes or wherever like this, right? You automatically see these linebackers go back. And they go back almost on 10 to 15 yards, right? Mm-hmm. How many times y'all saw that middle wide open and we had no route going there? Not one route going audible, that area.
No audible whatsoever.
Right.
None.
Go ahead, Jim. I have to say this. There was a couple times where we had the middle where wide receivers was going. Mm-hmm. But the damn kid had the same two different receivers running the same route to the same location.
And be covered by one man.
And bringing extra defenders over there.
Case in point, the Green Bay game. Mm-hmm. You had CD and Schwartz going the same route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that caused 2 interceptions in that one game.
Because of that option route.
I watched video today. I'm not going to lie. I watched video today of a last year game we played. I'm not going to lie. CD and Dalton Schultz ran the same exact route in this game last year, bro. Mm-hmm. The same way. Right. I'm like,
in the same area.
The same thing.
Right. Well, I remember when we played it was Jacksonville. When we played Jacksonville and I did the film breakdown on Jacksonville, I was like, at the end of the day, when things hit the fan, Doug Peterson is going to mesh concept you with crossers and get up out there and get free runners. And guaranteed, I pretty much called the play where it's like, here it comes. And he does 2 crossers because it's too hard to cover, because you have to be connected and communicate defensively. We never just saw like, boom, here comes CD across and he's running free wide open. Like, we just never saw those types of plays. And y'all talking about the middle, right? You go back to what really tricked the Cowboys up was not last year, but the year prior, right? Remember the whole Denver Broncos game when we got dog walk, right? It was that cover 6, right? They would show these ghost fronts where like they feel like everyone was coming, and they would split the coverage and drop back soon as Dak hiked the ball, and it was just like, I had no idea where to go. And just that's like hesitation with pressure from the offensive line. It was just chaos. And I feel like Kellen Moore still this season never figured that out.
They knew that your offense was going to go to what they gave you.
Right, yeah.
Fool you,
right.
And trick you, think you got something,
right,
and then you don't have it.
Right.
But, so talk about that Jacksonville game. Let me tell you another thing. Y'all might not have seen what Kellen Moore really killed things, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last drive.
Yeah. I think we're going to talk about it.
We had the ball, and we went 3 and out. We tried to run the ball. We had the ball for less than a minute, less than 45 seconds. We had the ball.
Right.
You don't run plays when you're in a tight formation. You're trying to run the ball to run the clock out.
That is damn good.
Hold up. No, you can run it from the gut, but you don't run when your tight end is split wide, because they gonna attack you from the outside.
Outside.
Why you put that formation?
Hold on. Yeah, we got the family in the building, man. My guy, BJ Nix, what's going on, my guy?
Sorry, Coach.
I just hopped off, got through work, whatever, and I forgot about these daggum Monday joints be going down over here.
Yeah, man. You've been working, man. Got with them Zelda packages, man. with them Zelda.
The launch obviously was Friday. We had 30 copies. We have 1 left. It's been a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Zelda. I had no idea, man. So yeah, Nick. So we were talking about a few things, man. We were talking about the transition from Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore to Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer. You sitting sideways, boys. There you go.
Sideways,
yeah. But we're talking about just coming with this new philosophy with Brian Schottenheimer and Mike McCarthy. So, what are some of the things you're excited to see in this new offense regime? But since we moved on from Kellen Moore.
Yeah, I think for us, it's something we talked about a lot, right? Over time, while Kellen Moore's here, just simply is we're okay with running the ball. It's run the ball effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't just, all right, Zeke's in, guys. All right, Zeke, go up the butt. It's
Right,
fine.
right.
Just run it up the middle.
Right, check.
Like, we wanted better schemes.
Right.
We wanted better schemes. Oh, we checked. Boy, you said check.
Yeah.
Oh, check, we got to run in.
Yeah.
Check, we got to run in. Oh, now it's 3rd and 8. Dad, go bail us out.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We need more effective run schemes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think ultimately when we talk about Schottenheimer, you look at what he's done in the league, and you talk about, if you go back up to Seattle and the
Mm-hmm.
inside zone running and what they're trying to bring to the table, I think those are the things that you want to get excited about
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to that is, yes, we want to run the ball. You want to establish a run. We understand that.
Right.
But you can't run the ball just to be running the damn ball because you got numbers, you ran the ball.
Right.
You want to run the ball effectively and with purpose. And I think those are the things for me, just from a schematic change and what they're trying to get to with this run scheme, instead of just saying, hey, Zeke, make it happen.
Right.
It's what excites me about it.
Right. Yeah. And I agree. Like running with the purpose and something that we always talked about. Like you look at the end of the game, the stats are like, well, Tuck, Knicks, they ran the ball. They tried to run the ball. Like, did you? Like, I washed the dishes, but did I really wash the dishes? You know what I'm saying? Like they're clean enough. And I just feel like when it came to Kellen Moore, he just wasn't committed to the run game to really set things up. And like you go back to some of those losses, we talked about Jacksonville, but also Green Bay. Like if you're able to run with a purpose, there's no way we blow some of these leads that we blew last year. And just think about it, those 2 games, we might be sitting at the number 1 seed in the playoffs. And so those things kind of nip us in the butt a little bit.
We're playing the Giants,
right? Giants,
right,
and then me at quarterback with San Fran, and you know what I'm saying, like, so those types of things, right? So, I'm excited about this offense. So I'm gonna kick it for the round table real quick before we dip out. Nick, I'm gonna start with you since you just jumped in. So, we started rookie camp last week. Things are starting to pick up a little bit. But who are some of the guys that you're going to be keeping your eye on, not only just in rookie camp, but just also in just about the whole process of June and Oxnard as well?
Right. Obviously, for those that don't know, and me and you had some back channel talks, and I was like, hey, man, go look at this guy.
Yeah.
Hunter Lipke, man.
Yeah.
I'm a huge guy about Hunter Lipke.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about him. I'm glad he's in the building. I banged the table. You follow me on Twitter, y'all know I've been banging the table
hard.
about Hunter Lipke.
Hard.
So I'm super excited about Hunter Lipke. But I think also, let's pivot away from that for a second. I just think, we have some really intriguing camp battles on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Is where we're at. We have some really great camp battles on deck. Look, the tight end room, nobody's going to go quietly into the night.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, well, Ferguson's going to, all right, well, he's a 2nd round pick,
Right.
I guess, no. Tight end is going to be a great room to watch that battle and how that unfolds.
Mm-hmm.
I think, when you get to the linebacker room, there's some things there. There's some playing time available. When there's playing time available, you get battles. And what we're hearing about, the great work that you did on land coming out of FAMU, from FAMU, right? And look at the Cowboys making a pipeline to FAMU all of a sudden, right?
Right.
The safety last year,
right?
Land this year,
Marquise Bell,
right? There you go. And where's Land working at right now? What does he say? Inside linebacker,
right?
Oh,
woo.
There's playing time available.
Right.
Time available there.
Yeah.
So that gets me excited. I think cornerback in general, there's some things there because we have a couple of guys. Okay, Kelvin Joseph. Okay, Nashawn Wright. Okay, Scott.
Deron Bland.
You're in the building now.
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Deron Bland. So there's some great iron sharpening iron there. So I think there's some really great battles across this front. And I'll leave it with this. I won't take all the meat off the bone here. I preach a lot in the Twitter spaces and everything else. And I said it prior to the draft. The Cowboys absolutely love Matt Waletzko.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye and see what he does throughout this process here.
Yeah, I agree. I've been saying that last year, right? Because even going back to Tyler Smith, like I remember sending the tweets like Matt Waletzko was the left tackle, like he was starting over Tyler Smith. So they had a lot of confidence. So he is definitely going to get his opportunity. But also one thing we talked about, Nick, I know me and you've been high on this. I mean, since we kind of started this content thing, we were talking about, do you feel 3-4-ish finally? We've been feeling it since, Dan Quinn kind of got in here. Do you feel like we're loading up the deck for 3-4?
Here's what it is. And, here's where we always land on our conundrum when we get into this talk about that pivot is, and even going back to his time in Seattle and even his time in Atlanta, it's 4-3 with a lot of 3-4 principles.
Right.
Is what it kind of boils down to. I think the one thing that nobody wants to take this away what happened in the draft, because this gets to you. If you keep talking, why would you go there? Because you have Chauncey Golson here, whatever. I think ultimately what we're seeing is, hey, it's Micah. We watched what he did last year. Let's be honest. We got to be honest, though. Hey, he might have got a little overused last year.
Right.
We need to build around Micah, insulate him with guys that can protect him,
right,
and move forward. Now, does that mean a full 3-4 move? No, I think it's going to be more multiple, though.
Right.
Right? More multiple.
I agree.
Not completely 3-4, but more multiple, though. But I think they did a lot of things to make sure to protect their guy, Micah. And look, they can have all the headlines. He's bulking up. He's going to be DN. He played 80% at DN last year.
Right.
This is just a formality.
Right.
And they make sure they insulate him. That's why I went at Tuck and our talk. And again, the beat of the drum goes on. The 4-3 with 3-4 things.
Right.
That's what they do.
Yeah, they're loading the deck. They're loading the deck, man. So yeah, I'm excited about him. Like I said, I agree. I think that in some cases you got to cover up Micah. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to protect Micah. And I feel like the Junior Fiocos, the Sam Williams, some of these players that we brought in house, it's the offensive line for Micah Parsons.
Hey, Tuck, here's the question I asked to the Spaces. Let me ask you this question, and let me see what your answer is. Did they ever really build around DeMarcus Ware when he was here? Just defensively?
No.
Boy, look at the progress now, because it's only 2 years of Parsons. Hey, let's build around him.
Right.
I think that's a huge change in philosophy here with these guys.
I agree. And I think that was a mistake, right? Because you kind of felt like we had DeMarcus Ware, so we're good there. Defensively, he was kind of anchor. But what if you really made DeMarcus Ware the focal point of the defense and loaded up around him? So that's what they're doing with Micah. So appreciate that, my guy. So, G-Hamp, I'm going to kick things down to you, bro. Like, who are some players that you excited to see as far as the rookie camp is concerned that you can keep your eye on in camp and also preseason?
Well, you know what? My main concern is – no, and it's not a concern. I'm excited to see – number one, I'm excited to see Mike Solari as our offensive line coach.
That's another point to a lot of people. Like, he came from Seattle with Schottenheimer.
Yeah. Right. And he's already said he said that he's going to go with the best 5. So that's where your competition is going to be. So I don't think anything is solid. We might say, well, let's go. He might be in there as far as the battle, like Nick was saying. This is where my focal point is going to be. I'm not really worried about the defense. Any addition to the defense would be great, but I want to see what this offensive line is going to look like. Agree. That's where I want to see. And also, you got to remember, we have an offensive line coach as the running back coach. Come on, man.
Right.
That's crazy. So you got a man that understands how the offensive line works as your running back coach. So, bro, all of this is working together like a well-oiled machine. So that's what my attention will probably be is that offensive line and see how that takes place.
Okay. June, how about you?
I gotta say it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing the opportunity that Land get. That's a brother that a lot of people sleep on. Right. Don't know him because he's coming from,
HBCU.
FB, you know what I'm saying? So
Rattlers in the house. So let's go.
So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing his chances. You know what I'm saying, this off season, because I'm hoping to see him. I'm hoping to see him this the regular season. Kid's nasty.
Right.
Then on offense, man, I want to see the different positions they put Deuce in. Because you got a guy that's so versatile, regardless of his size. Dude plays like he a giant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to seeing where they put him, where they line him up at. You know what I'm saying? How many opportunities he actually get on the field. Because he's going to play.
Right.
He's going to play.
So let me pause you there, because here's a topic I want to talk about. Who do you think is going to get the most opportunity to kind of prove himself, Turpin or Deuce Vaughn?
Oh, I think Deuce. You got to go Deuce.
Deuce, okay.
Here's the deal. You got to the Joneses do things like this. If they draft you, you're theirs.
Right.
You're not a stepchild.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And this guy, he wasn't a drafted player. You know what I'm saying? They picked him up late last year. You know what I'm saying? Before the season started. Deuce is someone they're going to get. And plus, again, you got. I hate to say it, but he got family. He got family on staff.
Right.
They're going. I just believe they're going to give him more opportunity. I don't think they should get rid of Turpin. I think he can serve a purpose, but
yeah,
you just can't put him in those positions they put him in during the 49ers game.
Right.
Well, and I must say too, and be clear, Deuce wasn't a return guy in college.
Right.
Like, so I know a lot of people out here are talking about Deuce punt return, kick return, Turbin can go, blah blah. No.
Right.
No, that's not that's not Deuce's game.
No.
Right.
So Turbin has a role here.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and one thing I've said in general is
Deuce
has no relevance if Turbin's on this field or on this team or not.
Nope.
And I think people need to be very clear about that when it comes to that.
Good point. Good point.
But now, however, I would like those to get a little creative at times and say, hey, on the kick return, you know what? Deuce go out here and Deuce and Turbin be out there a little,
right.
You know, a little wrinkle here.
But I will say this though, Nick. If they so happen to pick up D Hop coming around the corner, they're gonna drop Turpin.
Well, I mean, I'll drop a few people for that. You know, I'll drop a few people for that one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
Deuce
if that
Deuce might run back kicks at that point.
I feel like I would feel like, you know, that is, you know what I'm saying, putting the meat on the table if they were to go out and just go get DeAndre Hopkins. Like, you know what? We're kind of loaded. Let's just go all in right now. But
Jason, hold on, Jason. Let's. I mean, you're a Florida State guy. We're talking about inside zone running.
Oh yeah, man. I said on Twitter, man, I would cry if they pulled that off, man. Went and got Dalvin Cook, man. I would.
I mean, if you
That
want
boy
to go
remind me of Dorsett so much. Man. Listen, imagine having him in the Cowboys. That boy he runs like Dorsett so much to me. It's ridiculous, man.
I would cry. I would cry.
And here's the thing about it is, look, we're playing man right now a little bit, right?
Right.
We're playing man a little bit. However, on the back end of that, though, where we're talking about the inside zone scheme and whatever the case may be, and what he does well,
right?
Those things matter. Those things marry each other.
Let's
I just
go,
man.
man.
I ain't out here trying to be like, oh, it's going to happen or this is going to do it. But I'm just saying, if we're just talking about things that are relevant that make sense, if he becomes available, not trade-wise, if they actually release him, and what the Cowboys are looking at, okay, cool. So I can sit right here, right now. All right, so I got Pollard, I got Cook, I got Deuce, and I got Lipke, and we good here.
Right.
Move forward.
Right. I agree.
You ain't lying, Nick, on that one, dog.
Man,
I can win with that.
Salute to my guy, Mendoza. Me and Mendoza went to a party, man. They went and got Dalvin Cook, man, because that's a scary, and not just the inside zone, man. Just also what you can do within the passing game too in the West Coast with him and Pollard. Like, you know, those are guys who get in space.
And your guy's been nicked up here. He was Dalvin was nicked up in college as well. A lot of that was usage.
Right.
Now you can get him in here in the right kind of rotation where he ain't used like he was used in Minnesota and not get beat up and stay fresh. And those are the things that would excite you. That should excite Cowboys if that was to happen. But you know, hey, we're doing a little
mad. But it's good. It's a good situation to be in, right? Because we've already taken care of a lot of our, you know what I'm saying, stuff up front. So we can be a little bit flexible and play a little Madden. Rush, I'm gonna kick things down to you, my guy. Who were some players that you're kind of watching, you know, as this rookie camp kicks off and then also going into to camp and OTAs?
So y'all pretty much named the ones I got my eyes on. Lukey, I'm ready to see if he's gonna bring that old school
fullback power football
thunder back. You know what I'm saying? And then also I want to see if Deuce is gonna take that number 2 spot. And I can't wait to see what the depth chart is gonna be as far as the defensive line and the linebackers. I can't wait, man.
Yeah,
can't wait.
It's gonna
just
be
y'all talking about it got me ready to run through a hole, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And then Smoke, I'm gonna kick things over to you, my guy. Who are you looking for?
Oh man, you already know Deuce is one, of course. You know what I'm saying? My sleeper, I'm gonna keep telling you this, is gonna be my Jordy Nelson boy, Durden. I'm telling you, bro, there's something about that dude. Every time I keep watching him on different, like, somebody just posted some tape on him probably about a couple of days ago, man. Like, dude, he is tough. He is a tough dude, yo. He's so surprised. David Durden.
Okay.
Yep.
You've been asking me about that one in the chat.
He's a wide receiver. It's hard to get tape on, though, but because he played West Florida?
Yeah, I think
West Florida, right?
Yes, it's like
we
West
picked him up, though?
Yeah.
He's
a white guy, man. He went to 4-4, bro. He He's kind of
like that Beasley. You know what I'm saying? That Beasley type of slot guy. You can kind of plug in.
Yeah, but it's taller, just a little bigger. So, but anyway, he's my main one talking about. But can you imagine this linebacker core, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Have Clark in the middle, Harper on one side, and then have Overshow on the other side. You know how much speed that'll be on our linebacker core,
and that's what I've been asking for, man. I just felt like, even though we talked about LVE, right, I just wanted to up the speed a little bit. And you saw when we did that, when we drafted Micah, the whole just defense has changed by getting faster to linebacker position. I just feel like keep adding to it. I was excited about Brillo, but his injury kind of limited him down. So, Stargazer, what's going on, Stargazer? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, Tuck? How you doing?
Now, what's going on with you? So we were talking about this rookie, rookie camp coming up, and who are some of the players you kind of looking for, as we head into OTAs and also preseason?
Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to Sting Deuce, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce was my number one running back after doing my, draft review.
Okay.
So definitely Deuce, because I want to see if Deuce can actually solidify himself as RB2.
Okay.
I know that there's competition in the building with Ronald Jones. But I personally think that Deuce's skill set and his ceiling is high. Honestly, his floor is higher than Ronald Jones. But I don't know if Mike and, Schottenheimer are going to think that. What I want is I'm hoping that Deuce can get a fair shot. I'm hoping that Mike and them don't say, because of his height and his weight, let's discount him. And it's like, I know that we saw the film where Mike was like, I'm all in on him, before Jerry said, okay, let's get him, I'm just hoping and praying that there's actually a role, and I know in the press conference, Mike said that he has Randall Cobb-ish views for Deuce. I'm just hoping that he actually gets on the field, because we just have a history of not getting our guys on the field. But I know this is the new coach, it's a whole new regime, so we gotta trust that Mike's gonna do the right thing. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to the offensive line, because I want to see who is going to solidify themselves as that left guard.
Right.
I think, they're going to go with the best five, which obviously I think that would include Steele, Tyron, Tyler Smith, Tyler Biot, and Zach Martin. So whatever combo to get those five on the field. But of course, we have to deal with injuries.
Of course.
And I'm like, somebody's got to take over. Somebody's going to solidify themselves as a left guard. We have so many people in the building. I'm just interested to see who is going to be Solari's guy.
Right.
And maybe he molds all of them, because as the gentleman said who went before me, Solari is, I guess you would say, a GOAT in the NFL when it comes to offensive line. So I'm really excited to see what Solari is going to do, and how his vision or his philosophy of finish, what that looks like on the field.
Yeah.
So those are the two things I'm looking at.
Yeah, and I think it's an interesting thing, right, when it comes to the running back room, because you mentioned, kind of Deuce Vaughn. I feel like the Cowboys drafted Deuce with the actual plan, because you mentioned about Randall Cobb-ish, but then also, we had the with Sproles as well, who Brian Schottenheimer was with, and when he was the Chargers. Right. So I feel like they have a plan for Deuce. But it's like, me personally, last year, I was a huge Malik Davis fan. So I just hope Malik Davis gets his just due. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he gets his opportunity, because I liked what I saw from him last year, even though they did waive him. He went to practice squad. But it's like, there was a lot of upside potential when it comes to Malik. So, I feel like with the running back room, we don't know. Is Ro Jones just a camp body? Is he really going to be in the scheme of things? We'll take a look at that. But if I had to gauge it, I feel like Deuce is going to, get the opportunity. He's going to earn it, but I feel like he's going to get a lot of opportunity in this offense.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I'll say this. When it comes to me specifically, you know, you guys already mentioned Isaiah Land. He's going to be a guy I'm going to be watching closely because I feel like he has a lot of upside as far as, you know, the linebacker room is concerned. But Darrell Johnson out of Liberty, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm drop this kid tomorrow. But this kid, he fits Dan Quinn. Like, he has Dan Quinn slapped on his forehead. Like, that's how I kind of recognize him. So he can do a lot of different things. But
he
another
Bennett part 2, boy. Bennett part 2.
Yeah, so
Bennett 2.0.
Yeah,
That's what he is, brother.
So I feel like Dan Quinn is going to like him. You know, I feel like Dan Quinn is really going to like him. And then another guy, you know, I know me and Nick talked about him last year, as was the center Alex Lindstrom, who we brought in as an undrafted free agent. So he's a guy I'm kind of keep my eyes on because, you know, if something was to happen with Tyler B, who could be your backup center? And, you know, Farniok, who could really step in and fill that role. So, you know, I'm excited, y'all, because we have a lot of youth and we're not leaning on this youth. You know what I'm saying? It's not like our season's dependent. Now, even though he's not in this year's class, another guy I'm going to be watching, y'all, to be honest with y'all, is Jalen Tolbert. Like, I gotta see it. Because like I said, for me personally, a player who I scouted so closely last year, it's hard for me just to think that he completely forgot how to play football. Because everything was there. The film was there. The release is there. The production. So I posted, I know a lot of people were talking about Eric Scott, who we brought in out of Southern Mississippi. I was like, go watch what Jalen Tolbert did to that man last year. He did whatever he wanted. He was dogging him out. He was rocking the baby on this kid. Like, Jalen Tolbert was a pure out savage last year.
I think it was all mental with him.
And so, I feel like it was. Like, there had to be something. He needs the opportunity. And so if Jalen Tolbert clicks and remind himself who he used to be, it could get fun with this offense. So, you know, that's something I'm definitely keeping my eye on.
I think the Cowboys know what they got in Tolbert, bro. You want to know why I say this? Did you see him? Did you see his name on a rookie camp last weekend? Did you see him on the rookie camp list at all?
No.
I think he's ready, man. Yeah. That's why they put him on that rookie list and say, hey, let's go. He's gonna be ready to go, bro. I'm telling you. That dude,
hope so.
He got bigger, number one. You see how big he got.
Right. He's been working with Dak.
And he fits a West Coast offense to a T.
Right. Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point when it comes to Tolbert, is simply is, if you go back and we dig into the tape and we talk about Alabama tape, South Alabama tape, I should say, and hey, go do your thing and go make plays and be, you know, that guy, right? And out physical people and do certain things.
Right.
When he got brought into here, and when we understand about the Killamore offense, you know, it wasn't the pre-snap stuff; it was the post-snap stuff.
Right.
And look, I can. Let me take it back to this. I'm gonna lay my plane on this point when it comes to him, and we go back to and the running joke is he lined up offsides. Right.
Right.
He lined
That's
up
right.
I'm tired of hearing that comment.
Yeah.
Right.
He lined up offsides.
Because he checked with the rep.
Lined up offsides though. You know why you lined up offsides though as a wide receiver?
Thinking too much.
Because you're thinking about too much. You got to do once the ball gets snapped.
Right.
That's right.
What's happening.
That's right.
Right.
That's what's happening. And what we've heard from Mike McCarthy throughout the process, he's been here, but even more vocal about it now is, hey, we just want to get players to go do what they do best, not to think and go play football.
Right.
Whenever you hear that screams Tolbert. And I've said this before. I'm not saying Tolbert's going to come out here and be a top 25, 35 receiver next year.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is he will turn to be productive because his skill set, Mike McCarthy will unlock that within the scheme and what they're doing because he ain't got to worry about, well, once the ball snaps, I need to read, run. No. Just run here.
Just run the route.
Right.
Just run your route.
Right. Catch the ball.
Just run a slant. Run a slant. You know,
and Dak will find you.
Right.
And I think that's the best thing for Tolbert moving into his second year.
Yeah, I agree.
What would we do? What would we do if Jalen Tolbert turns into a Devontae Adams? What would we do, bro? How would you feel about that, my man? I mean, just think about that. What would we do?
Yeah, we go and shrieking, man. We go. Like I said, like a lot of people coin me as the Tolbert guy. Like I said, man, I'm not fully out on Tolbert. I'm not fully out on Tolbert. I just said he's just not on my tab right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm close to my tab, but he's still good.
Let me ask you this stuff. As we're talking about the wide receiver room and everything, and for me, I think, and I've said this even before the draft, biggest training camp in his pro football career in Simi Fioku. where you at right now, because we haven't had the conversation, me and you personally. I know we haven't, so I think it's a good time. It was Simi. Where are we at with Simi, man?
Where we at? Where are we at?
And so I just feel like where is Simi's value going to be if Michael Gallup is still going to be around? And I just feel like, it's going to be hard for him to kind of cut him because he's your big down the field, vertical guy. But I mean,
4-3 guy even.
4-3 guy. Because I remember all those mock drafts. We kept saying Simi, right? So it's just like, where is he really going to fit in? And I just feel like Tober's going to get the nod just for him being a 3rd round pick last year. And so you're looking at, because I did the Jalen Marino Cropper. Like there's other guys.
So give me your way too soon 6 then. Give me your way too soon 6 then.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Nobody cares about Nate.
So I'm gonna go. Cooks, Gallup.
Put an asterisk on it.
Cooks, Gallup, CD.
Like I said, they do.
Yeah, they're like Tuck. You got
the big three. You got the big three.
Then I'm gonna go with. All right. Then I'm gonna go with. Tolbert. I'm gonna go with Turpin, and then I'm gonna go with Jalen Marino.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, I think Jalen Marino's about to get somebody up out of there.
Yeah.
I feel like Jalen Marino's like
he better get a couple of somebody's up out of there.
Yeah, and I feel like Turpin, just from the special teams, he's gonna take a seat. Yeah. I feel like he's gonna take a
He's an all-pro. Yeah.
They're
not gonna cut him.
And the Cowboys like their gems. Like they feel like, all right, we found this guy at the UDFA. We got him for cheap. We molded him to an all-pro. They're not gonna get rid of him.
And keynote here for everybody gives their answers. Here's the one thing you have to remember about when it comes to the all-pro. And there was some questions, should have been all-pro or not, or whatever when it comes to Turpin. He played a season in the USFL and walked right into the NFL and played the full season.
Right.
Guess what? He actually had a break finally.
Right.
And I think that's exciting to see what he's going to bring to the table this offseason and not having to play spring ball and come into the NFL, see what he brings from the return game, what else he brings to the table for sure.
Because I was talking about this on Twitter. A lot of people forget, Turpin, he was dynamic as a wide receiver at TCU. Like he could do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like So I'm just like, it ain't just he ain't just chop liver as a wide receiver. So that's why I'm saying, like, selfishly for Madden, I need him on my roster. But it's like, he can do a lot of different things.
In that West Coast offense, man, I think he can do something. Right.
A quick drag route and let him go to the house, man.
Last one, man. Hold on. Tell me this, bro. All right. This whole year with Turpin, right? This whole year, we hardly let them go on any pass patterns, no crosses, no little tunnel screens, none of that stuff like that, right? He's so daggone dynamic, right? So peep this, bro. So peep this, though. Why is it that Turpin gets treated that way, bro? Like, I mean, he is. More.
Yeah.
So tell me, how is it a coach? How is a coach able? I mean, this is just a Pro Bowl. I'm just saying this is just a Pro Bowl thing, right? How is a Pro Bowl coach able to give me a damn wide receiver stance, put him all kind of routes, and he gets open everywhere, catch the ball with no problem, work anywhere, bro?
J-Suck, I got you. Would you call it the no identity offense?
The no idea.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. It's exactly what it is. Jay Tucker said stuff last year.
Yeah, I'm just like he just
said last year.
There's no purpose.
Like Tolbert too,
right?
Because of those constant option routes, like
That's
so many of our guys getting on the field.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what Brian Schottenheimer said. He said that they said the system is not broke.
Right.
But he has to bring in the fundamentals, and he don't want the players to do too much thinking.
Right.
He wants them to play.
Right. And he said fast and physical.
Right.
Fast and physical.
Play.
Right. And people got to remember this, right? Remember our defense in 2020 when we did have Mike Nolan. They said this defense is too complicated. We're thinking too much. Dan Quinn came out and said, you know what? We tossing all of that. I just want you guys to go hard, right? And that's your natural instincts, right? And so I feel like if you do the same thing offensively, it's like, no, I don't need you to think about where's the safety going to come up, post snap. And if he comes in the middle of the field, I need you to bend, because you have to be not only in sync of what you're doing, but also got to be on the same page of what Dak is doing as well. And so it just leaves things too clouded versus like, you know what? You run a down route, you run a 7. I want you to run this C route and just go break. You know what I'm saying? And go beat your man. So that's what I'm excited to see. But we shall see. But yo, Cowboys Nation, I appreciate all of y'all in the chat, man. Y'all know every Monday night at 7 p.m. on this channel we do live Jan app. As you see, y'all can always jump on the show. So if everyone's like, Tuck, I want to come on the show, come on the show. Y'all see my family all here. You know what I'm saying? It's just that easy. So, you know what I'm saying? Hit the link, man. But before we go, man, my guy Nick, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, man. If you enjoy, we're talking Cowboys football in a contextual way.
Right,
We do context around these parts.
Right, context matters.
Parts, okay. Hey, your guy Nick's right there. You see it on my screen. It's over there on Twitter. Come in there and follow me. We're in some fantastic spaces over there. You might catch a call. Human's in there. Tuck will come by. He'll listen. Yeah, maybe once I might give you.
They always send shots my way and I jump. As soon as I get there, man, it's just like, say like, there he is, get him. Like, get him.
Yeah. I've been seeing it.
Up and down, you know what I'm saying? My guy Botchby coming through as well. Man, we have a good eclectic group over there to talk in that realm. And of course, man, me, Professor O, Deacon Dom White, Spoonie as well on Pick Six Sports on YouTube. Man, go over to Pick Six Sports on YouTube. We'll be cranking back up here really soon, each and every Friday night. We had a great time with our draft series, doing the live draft coverage all 3 days. So if you're into those kind of things, contextual Cowboys football, you can find me. My links are everywhere and do that. And of course, I mean, if you're here, you should already be following J-Tug, but I mean,
Yeah, right.
Make sure you follow us.
So, Nix, you can find you under that name right there? Is that where you can find yourself?
Yeah, you got Nix,
right there.
Okay.
On Twitter, anywhere.
I'm following you, man.
I got you, brother.
Yeah, definitely follow my brother, man. He's family, man.
Yeah, and what's fantastic, Tuck, as we're going to year 3 here,
right,
back and forth, and really like content and what we're doing. Hey, man, y'all missed, but for J-Tuck, she was really like all the way popping in the background. I was out here on my phone. I had vlogs in the background. Man, we was out doing draft content for 7-8 hours, like 10 people watching us.
Right, yeah, man. One time, me and Nick's, like, we started like at 6 o'clock, and I remember it was like 6 a.m. in the morning, and we were just still going draft. And my wife was texting me, she's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm downstairs," and we were just going through mocks. So like Simi Fioco, right? We were talking about Simi and so many players, like. But that's how we kind of built our callus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking draft prospect, and those 10 people in the chat, I was like, what about this guy? I was like, boom, boom, boom. And then it's like second nature. Yeah, so, man, good times, man.
Wow.
Maybe next year we might run it back, man. But I was tired as hell. I slept all like
I'm sure. Dang. Oh, my God.
Yeah, bro. bro.
It was super fun, though, for sure, man. Appreciate you as always. I mean, like I said, anytime I see you kind of come on, I come support, man. I try to come through for you. That's famo, for sure. No ifs and buts about it. So wherever I'm at, you won't see too far with J-Tuck summer or J-Tuck is too far. I'll be around.
Especially once the season starts.
Always, you already know.
Yeah, once the season starts, man, we gonna lock and load, man. Lot 10, man. Lot 10. So my guy G Hamp, man, tell everybody where they can find you.
Hey, J-Tuck, number one, man, I want to thank you, man, for coming on our YouTube channel, man. It was great, man, having you on, man, with the content that you bring to the table, man. It was great. You can find me at the Cowboy Huddle on YouTube. Base week, I'm on Saturdays. We have a live stream on Wednesday that's called What's Up Wednesday. I have a panel of guests with 21 Armando 21, Dallas Cowboy Chris, B2 Real, and Mikey 520. So the same setup you got here. We do the same thing on Wednesday. So we just talk barbershop talk. We're not politically correct. We don't apologize for anything. So we just let it go, man. So you can find us at the Cowboys Huddle on YouTube. Also, you can find me on TikTok, G Hampton. That's G.HAMPTON. You can find me on Twitter. So I appreciate the time, guys.
Definitely appreciate you, man. I gotta get back on TikTok, man. I apologize to all my Cowboys fans on TikTok. The app was pissing me off, so I just deleted it and stopped uploading. I know the 49ers fans probably thought they got me up out of it because that's the last time I posted, but it's just like I would post videos on TikTok and they would just disappear. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. So, a bunch of kids in the chat.
Too much information, man. You was giving them too much.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what was going on. They're like, nope, deleted this. You know what I'm saying? My guy June, man, let everybody know where they can find you.
Well, as y'all can see from this crap behind me, man, I have a fragrance channel called Sam.
Smell good, man.
My actual
what's the channel again?
Name Sam Broom Fragrances. Sam Broom Fragrances. BROOME with the E at the end of the Broom Fragrances. First name
I'll come back to the video and rewind and get my name down everything and put it on my stuff.
It's simple. SAM BROOME Fragrances.
All right.
That's the YouTube channel. I've been doing that for about 7-8 years. Been doing it for a long time. Couldn't do it. Can't be too consistent on it because of the fact that my son was playing, so we was traveling a lot, going back and forth from Connecticut to Cincinnati and wherever they played. So
you should do a documentary on that whole time, man. You should do a whole documentary on that. That would be classic.
Me and my son are in talks of doing a channel, man. But that dude is it's hard to lock him down because he's so busy. A lot of his guys that he played with that went to the league. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny because most of his guys, his friends, got drafted by the same team, the Golden State Warriors. And none of them on the team no more. But you know how Golden State is, man. You got to be one of those old heads, man, that know how to win those
championships, right?
But anyway, Sam Broom Fragrances, man. But I'm hoping at some point, real soon. I just got all my equipment on my road and all that other stuff. Changed up a lot of things, and I'm hoping to do a podcast with my son and a couple friends, and I'm just locking down. The only thing I'm worried about now is just locking down the name. I'm trying not to step on nobody's toes, and there's a lot of Cowboys talk and there's a lot of them out there.
Ain't never enough Cowboy talk, man. So just bring
it's not enough Cowboy talk.
It's just a name,
There's a lot of Cowboy names out there, so I might just go with my name and stick to that and like my man Jay Tuck is doing, man. But I follow all these guys. I wanted to say something before he left. Coach Marv, I'll be listening to him, and that dude got a lot of it's millions of years of knowledge in that head of his.
Wisdom.
Yes, indeed.
I appreciate him for dropping all the jewels. He dropping all the channels I listen to and follow, from Jay Tuck to Law to Boss Cowboy. He's on everybody's channel, man. So anyway, but that's me, Sam Broom Fragrances. Jay, I'm on you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support.
G, I followed your channel recently too, so I'll be around next. I did yours as well.
Yeah, I didn't know G was with the Cowboy Huddle, man. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm with that.
Y'all come on, man. Y'all come on sometime on Wednesdays, man. Y'all more than welcome to come on, man, for sure.
I'll be there this Wednesday. Nick's,
no doubt, sir. I'm definitely going that.
Right? Nick's, yours is Pick 6, correct?
Yeah, Pick 6 Sports. Yes, sir.
Yep, I'm already locked. I was locked in on yours.
I got his. I got Nick's already. Yeah.
All right. But I just want to appreciate. But listen, before I go, man, y'all need to get those likes up, man. It's like 60-something people in here. There's only like
appreciate,
likes, man. I need y'all to
appreciate it, man.
Likes up,
and people got to understand, like, listen, man. So the likes is how you spread the word, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you spread the word. So like that Broughton Scheibenheimer video. There's a lot of Cowboys fans who wouldn't have saw that video if y'all didn't hit the like button. And crazy thing, they're like so. Like, be honest, I got like 20,000 on Twitter, right? There are so many people on Twitter like, I didn't know you had a channel, Tuck. I didn't know you had a channel. Like, it's just like, I mean, I really started the channel. It's literally in the bio. Like all those links y'all see, where y'all think this come from? So it's like, when you guys like and share, that just helps people get exposed to not only just my channel, but to everybody what they're doing in the community, because we do so much, crazy work. If you see me, you might not like me, but you might like Nick's. You might like G Hamp. You might like, like you get exposed to a lot more. And the battle that we're battling is not each other. It's the big, you know what I'm saying?
But again, just to close out, that was me, man. Jay Tuck, again, I want to appreciate you,
my
man,
guy,
for allowing me to jump on here.
Absolutely.
Man. I will be watching every Monday.
Appreciate you.
G, I'll be hitting you up soon. Nick, you too. If Smoke, you have a channel, and Russ, I'm here.
Appreciate
Star, I don't see your face, but I appreciate you too.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Yeah, no, I mean very simply. I mean, if anybody wants to need or inbox me, then I'll show up. I didn't show up on anywhere, left, right, the whole nine. Don't matter to me.
Yeah,
I don't care. And I think very simply, and I've tried to campaign this, and something we've talked about a lot over 2 years, Tuck, is that, man. In respect to the national media, let's be clear. Right. Let's get out of the way for a second.
Right.
No respect to the big letter networks. It's none of that. Hey, they got a job to do. They do what they do. What we try to promote in a lot of ways is just simply, if you want to really be in tune contextually, whatever it is, you need to look at the guys who are doing the content in this realm in these ways that are local and doing those things. And the other side of that is, for me, I want to break the barriers down.
Right.
Hey, if I'm not your flavor, Tuck's your flavor.
Right.
Boss is your flavor. Sky's your flavor.
Right.
But Nick, you got to remember, Nick, all those that
Cowboy Huddle's your flavor.
Right.
Like whoever, like you just find your flavor, or you enjoy the entire content or whatever.
Right.
It's not a competition.
Right.
Ultimately, what we're doing here is trying to give a voice to the people that are behind Cowboys Nation, not us.
Right.
But about
to the fans.
Nation.
Right. To the fans.
And to the fans. We're trying to give a voice to the fans to push them, because if we do that in the right realm, guess what happens? Ultimately, the changes that we want to see with the organization, it will happen.
Right.
Tuck will sit here and agree.
And they're listening.
That happen because of the voice and things that have happened from the
they listen.
independent people that are doing content and raising up and doing those things.
Listening.
And those are the things that matter. So it's not a competition. Like, man, I'm in no competition with any local guy.
No.
I do, independent guy or whatever. I hope they feel the same way consistently, no matter what. And it's all about making sure we're all on board, because it is a family.
Right.
Like you said a lot, and I agree. Man, it's Cowboys family, man. And how we make these things work the right way for everybody to move forward is really what it boils down to. So, man, hey, even if you have an indifference, don't air it out on a social media space. Man,
no, that's not necessary.
It's not.
That's not necessary.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
but
all,
here's
all
the
about
deal,
growth.
though. Nick, here's the deal. The difference is we're fans.
Right.
They're reporting because they're told to report about the Cowboys. We are fanatics. We know about our Cowboys. They don't know what we know.
Right.
We sit there and we study our team. They're reporting what they're told to report. But what we're doing, we bring it from the heart. We bring it from the passion of how we grew up as Cowboy fans. So that's all the difference in the world.
It's not work to us. Like, y'all see it, man. Y'all see some of the biggest names in media asking me questions about the Cowboys undrafted free agent guys. I'm like, that's supposed to be your job. But you'll say, it is what it is, man. But it's all about, like I said, because like I said, me and Nick's have done 8-hour shows, 9-hour shows, and didn't blink because we are Cowboys fans. Y'all see me out there at every game. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna see me once the season starts. I'm out there screaming, yelling, cussing, crying, kicking stuff, just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? So but that's what it's all about. My guy Rush, man, let everybody know where they can find you.
I ain't really no content creator, you know what I'm saying? Right. I look up to y'all for doing that, man. I appreciate y'all a lot, man. But yeah, man, I'm just a working man.
That's what's up, man.
The team, you know what I mean?
That's what it's all about.
Doing no content, but
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Russ.
Man, and I appreciate what y'all do.
Appreciate the support.
We appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it. Now, Stargazer, I know you got a channel, so go ahead and let everybody know they can find you.
What's up, everybody? First of all, I want to say thank you so much, Tuck, for opening up your platform.
Appreciate it.
I've been following you for a while, but we've never gotten to talk, and you and Big Game James, like, since y'all started doing Jane, I'm like, I need to get on there and talk to him and Tuck and Big Game. So thank you so much for doing this. You know, I shouted out your channel many a times. You do phenomenal work.
Appreciate it.
For Cowboys Nation. But yes, guys, I do have a channel. It's Stargazer Sports on YouTube. I do reactions as well as where I have like a Stargazer Speak series. Where I just speak on different things that have happened within Cowboys Nation. Then I also did a draft review. I did a lot of draft work this season. So I did a draft review and put that out on my social medias, my ranks and stuff like that. But I just did a 2-part trench warfare series where I talk about why the offensive line and defensive line will dominate in 2023. So you guys can follow me on YouTube at Stargazer Sports. You can follow me on Twitter at The Stargazer. But in Gazer, instead of an E, it's a 3, and then it's 2 R's at the end. You guys can follow me on Instagram, which is Stargazer_sports. And you can follow me on Facebook at Stargazer Sports Media. So,
Perfect.
And thank you again, Tug. Thank you to all the gentlemen on here tonight. Nick, I'm always pop up in Nick's spaces. But nice to meet the rest of you.
You come in and rile them up, and I appreciate it. You come in Stargazer, you come in there in the space and you rile it up. I appreciate it.
I love going to Nick's space. Nick's space is so good. When was that, Nick? We were on there till like 2 or 3 a.m.
Oh, see?
Hey, look, I don't apologize for this because Tuck had eventually told me, hey, man, I can't do this no more. I said, I think neither was
Everyone always falls asleep, but I'll be staying up there with Nick.
I don't know how long, because Tuck's very first time we was in here, we did it on John Jan, however this thing, JAAN. I don't know how to pronounce it. Here's what I'm willing to bet. The entire time he's been doing this is probably the longest one.
Right?
I'm telling you now, it's for sure my fault because.
The problem is with it because they have me do it on Monday nights. Like if this was a Saturday night show, I mean, I probably could go Saturday night, but it'd probably be. He'd probably be.
Don't do that. Jason, don't put it on the air. Don't you? I'm saving you, sir. I'm saving you. Don't do that.
Oh yeah. They're like, oh, we heard you say Saturday night, so if you get like, no.
Saturday,
It's an extra bag goes Saturday.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Just got you, G.
Cowboys huddle, man.
I'm wrong. Look, I was telling you now, if you rock with me, I'm long-winded. I'm sorry. I do apologize in advance.
But it's but once again, because we bleeded it, man. And like I said, I love that, like I call like Stargazer, and then I'm like, that's the next class, like after us. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Cowboys content creators as classes, and like you see the next class, they're raising the bar. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. Like Law Nation and those guys set the bar high, and Koye Media, and then
they set the bar for us.
And it builds up the community. Like I said, overall, it's like I know when I drop a banger, like all right, somebody else is like going to drop a banger too. You know what I'm saying? Like I know Boss is loading the clip. I know Law's loading the clip. You pick like someone's going to load the clip. Professor O. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that just raises the standard of a community. People, act like I'm talking down to others. I'm like, no, it's just we push each other to the highest level. Like I can't just sit back because I told everybody I wanted to go on break after the draft. And then I dropped 2 draft videos, and then y'all just been working me like crazy. I thought I was done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tried to as well. Like,
Nick, you supposed to be on the break.
I thought I was done. I was like, man, I'm done. I ain't gonna drop no videos till camp. I'm kind of sit back and relax. I did 2 little videos. And it just went crazy. Like, we want more film. I'm like, all right. So, but that's what I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it.
Get the people what they want.
Right.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, but it's not a struggle, man. It's not a struggle, man. My guy Smoke, man. Let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter pretty much. I'm going nuts on Twitter. And
Causing havoc, man. Causing havoc, man. I wish I set a better example for people on Twitter, man. Don't be like Tuck, man. Be better. My boy Smoke be causing havoc.
I wouldn't say you're wrong, but
I'll give Tuck all the credit. Look, man, I ain't gonna talk to the Migos people. I'm good. I don't like it. Look, I move differently. I can't talk to them. I'm good.
Smoke.
I'm gonna get to
Smoke. What's your name on Twitter?
It's showing up on here as SMOKE14YA. So it'd be Smoke 1 for you.
Yeah. So I was chilling on the Eagles thing. I was sitting back just minding my business. I've been focused on the draft. But I kept seeing so many slugs being shot at my Cowboys film. The other day I just loaded the clip real big and fired a few shots in the air, let y'all know it ain't going down like that. And everybody kind of scattered. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they always say, let them talking to you, bust them upside the
head.
Yeah,
man. Like they were doing a little too much. They was getting a little too comfortable after that draft. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, we're not gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying? Because they stole our hats, y'all, and put Philly upside down. And I'm just like, nah, we gonna.
Proportionate is down bottom.
I was like, come on. We're not doing all that, man. So it's all in fun, man. I have no ill will towards anybody, any community. You know what I'm saying? It's all just fun. But like I said, I'm focusing on new territory this year when it comes to Giants, man. I'm going to be there in New York. I think my guy Spoonie from Pick Six going to be there in New York for the first game of the season. So I'm definitely coming up.
Okay, Jay. So I'm happy you said that then, because normally I don't go to those. I'm so close to New York. I just never go though.
You know yeah.
I always wind up going to. It's crazy because from here, where I'm at, it's a 2-hour drive. A 2-hour drive to the stadium.
Nice.
But the problem is, like, if you want to stay up there, the hotel fare, all that crap is super expensive in New York, in the city. You got to go over. You have to go to New Jersey, or Connecticut to get a decent hotel room. So that's why we've been going to Dallas all the time, because like for $500, I was able to get a round trip ticket from Boston to Dallas, and then on top of that, I'm able to get a hotel stay and then the game tickets all for $500 total.
That's right. That's a good deal.
Yeah,
that's a good deal.
You know what I'm saying? So we can beat that.
We gotta link him in with Spoonie. Spoonie's up there in Brooklyn.
Yeah. I got Spoonie in New York. Like I said, I'm gonna be there. As of right now, of course, I'm already booked for MetLife, but I should be there in New York, and I'm coming to that game. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some friends up there, and Spoonie's going to be up there. So I tell everybody this. Y'all know I'm at a lot of games at AT&T. You know, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always the guy
only
who's being
12 o'clock games though.
Huh?
Only 2 12 o'clock games this year.
Only 2, and I won't be at either of them.
I know.
You know, I don't do new games, but you know, I'm always the guy they tell him to sit down, and you know, like. So when I'm on the road, I feel like that's the chance I really get to be myself. Like when I was in San Francisco for the playoff game. You know, I just got to be a football fan. But, you know, Dallas is very wine and cheese where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
This is Dallas.
Yeah.
This is Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're often, well, I saw my guy, his name's Big Reed, I call him, man. But it's like, he's a security guard. They're always calling him, it's like, man, Tuck is fine. Like, he's third down. He's standing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's cool. Like, stop calling me over here and tell this man to sit down. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's different. So I'm gonna be in New York.
Doing that? That's crazy.
Oh, bro.
No, man. No, he's telling the truth.
Oh no, it's
I'm right here in the DFW. I live right here in the DFW area, man. And my son played, and I'm telling you, when he played with the Cowboys, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, the tickets are so expensive,
right.
So you don't have your regular fan.
Right,
all your regular
out.
Fans are in the standing area only.
Right, yeah.
You know, so that's where all the fans are. But if you're sitting down, hey, sit down up front, and
yeah.
So I know exactly what you're talking about, Tuck.
And here's the crazy part. And here's the crazy part. So let's go back to the playoff game. We were all in the building, right? And so me and Spoon, we were up. We just got some seats to get in there, you know, and we was kind of upper nosebleed, if you will. Great seats in the 50, but it was higher up though, right? So we get in there. Me and Spoon's in the building, ready to play. Wild card. We're standing up. Now I'm a 6'3" guy, big guy. Spoon's a big guy too. Look. The game's about to kick off. Why I gotta do it? And the chick behind me talking about, can y'all sit down?
Right. Yeah.
It's the playoffs.
Playoffs.
What?
Yeah.
Against
it's terrible, man.
Man, low key, I turned around, looked down, and said, "Hey, dog," I said, "I'll tell you what. I'm not going to sit down. However, I'm a tall, big guy. No problems.
Right.
No problem." I said, "Man, come down here. I'll slide around. What do we need to do to make it work for you? I got you." But I ain't about to sit down in the playoffs.
Right, in the playoffs, bro. I'm not. I was like, now my name is big enough. Y'all not gonna kick me out because I know all the security in my section. So it's like, that, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember what was the game? It was Washington. It was just little old Washington last year, and I had my son with me. And this guy behind me, he said, "Hey, Margarita, sit down." And I was like, be a good example because you got your son with you. But I was like, you know, excuse me, sir. I was like, are you a season ticket holder? He's like, no, I'm not. I just bought these tickets for the first time. I was like, well, I own these seats. I'm here every game, license, everything. So don't come to my neighborhood and telling me to turn my music down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I live here. You don't. You know what I'm saying? I was like, if you want to be able to see and have a better view, pay more than I pay. It's simple. You can pay. There's seats available. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way to go about it. If it's like a little kid behind me and say he can't see, okay, I understand that. But hey, Margarita, sit down. Nah. Like, plus the seats are elevated anyways. If you stand up, you're gonna be able to see over me.
Right. You just don't understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real simple. Like, Jerry's smart enough to think that out.
It's a different vibe at the AT&T versus anywhere else. Right. I mean, you go to SoFi, it's a totally different vibe. You go to Vegas, it's a different vibe.
Here in Kansas City,
AT&T, man, they can be some snooty folks.
If you sit down here in Kansas City, you're gonna miss the game. You're gonna miss the game.
It's a different vibe from Texas Stadium, from my old heads, and went to Texas Stadium versus AT&T.
Right.
Texas Stadium was football.
Right.
AT&T. You know, it's an event.
Chuck, you ever been to Eagles Stadium yet?
Nah, I don't. Nah, I can't do it, y'all. I can't, because a lot of people ask me, "Am I going to the Eagles game?"
I can't do
especially
it,
now since I'm a Mark man. It's like I'm not going to put myself in that situation because I know if I go there, it's gonna have to go down regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody gonna try me. And I'm like, why?
I've been loving the Cowboys. I never ever.
Yeah, go to Eagles.
I got a couple Eagle fans never go to Philly.
I haven't either. I never have. I never have.
Between Tuck and Cowboys fan talk, but they ever go to the Eagles Stadium, boy, it's gonna be a problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like, you know, because like, you know, my homegirl Steffi, she's a New York Giants fan, and she went to the playoff game there. and they were just throwing beer cans, like not beers, beer cans. And I'm just like, it's out of control. I just know me. If someone throw a beer on me, fam, it just is what it is. So why put myself in that situation? Like a lot of arenas I go to, it's just like they'll talk trash, but it's football oriented. Like you ain't gonna throw no beer. Like I went to San Francisco by myself, and the San Francisco 49ers fans, a lot of them actually recognized me from the channel crazily, but it was a lot of love, a lot of support. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? You did a good film breakdown. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all love. Bro, I'm not going to be nowhere. Someone's going to throw a drink on me and, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we're not doing all that. So
Philly is the worst. Philly is the worst. They are.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Well, we're about to get out of here. But see what Nick's is doing, man. Nick's is baiting. Man. But, yo, I appreciate everyone.
I'm just chilling. My man Nick.
Yeah, we might run one on a Saturday night or something. So that way, you know, we get the Ciroc flowing and we get, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we really get things.
No, man.
I'll talk to everyone on Jan and see like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We can work something out. But yo, I appreciate all the support once again, man, on the channel. The channel is growing, CFO Sports, man. We have gained almost like 2,000 subscribers just in 15 days, man. Almost 500,000 views. That is a testament to you guys for liking the content, supporting the content, and just sharing the word about what we do in our community. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you're watching me for the first time, click the notification bell, subscribe, like the channel. We do draft breakdowns. We do film breakdowns. We're going to do bi-weekly breakdowns of the game. We're going to do all sorts of stuff, interviews, live shows, you name it, we do it here. Also, you can follow me on all social media platforms at jtuck151, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok if you want to. So appreciate all the support. And also CFO Sports Talk, man. So I got the merch. If y'all can see these hoodies, man. So of course I gotta get rid of these.
Hold on, man. What that microphone out the way so I can see how fresh? I want to see how fresh that is, because I'm fresh.
I have to empty the store out, man. So I might put these on sale.
As Tuck's about to get out of here, make sure y'all flood his inbox with questions about the 151. I'll be quiet now.
All right. So I might put these on. I'm gonna put these on sale for $21 for Z, because I gotta get these out the store so I can restock. So
I need to get a hat too, bro. I need to get a hat and a shirt. So
appreciate it. So yeah, I'm gonna put everything on the store, man. But I appreciate all the support, man. Every Monday night, 7 p.m. we are live on the Jan app. Gives you the opportunity to jump on and talk football, but y'all gonna see me. Got more film sessions coming. But I appreciate all the support. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. Go Cowboys.
That's right.
Peace.